What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, I don't know right now, bro. All right, I got a lot going on. It's early
What's
in the
up?
morning. You know I'm not an early morning guy. I feel like I say this every single time we record in the morning. But I'm also kind of excited. You know, I had some good news yesterday. I went to the dentist.
Okay.
Dentist was like, yo, your teeth are flawless. Everything looks good. No cavities. So ever since then, I've been on a high. But then that high might have carried over to like a real galaxy traveling high. And it's a strong possibility when I woke up this morning that it might have still been lingering there. You know that feeling, man?
Oh, so your takes are going to be pretty good today, man.
It's a strong possibility, man. These might be the best takes ever today. At least for the first portion of the show until, you know, we proceed through the day. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting this morning, man. Very interesting. But how are you, man? I love the jersey, by the way.
Thanks, dude.
It's clean, bro.
I had to pay homage, and what I figured,
So I have
too,
to pay homage, man.
this is a big Deke investment, because I think as time goes on, these Bumblebee jerseys are only going to get more valuable.
Bro. Absolutely.
Especially if we don't bring them back. And the players that were around for that time, I mean, even if they do bring them back, I mean, where else you get an AB Bumblebee jersey
no
10
question,
years down the
man.
line?
No
So I
question.
feel like it's a big Deke investment. It's only getting valuable. More valuable. The problem is the guy on the back of the jersey, the name on the back.
Oh, no.
Is AB going to keep that value up as time goes on?
Oh, no. Yeah, he's
never
very
know.
interested. AB has been very, very interested since his departure from all his organizations. But, man, I love that jersey.
It's a sick jersey,
I tell
huh?
you all the time, like, when people are like, oh, man, do you like the Bumblebee? I'm like, actually, I love the Bumblebees because it's a legitimate throwback look. It's not like some of these other throwbacks where it's supposed to be a throwback, but it looks like a Thursday night alternate color rush jersey. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, this is a legitimate throwback, bro.
I honestly don't know if we ever wore these jerseys, though.
What you mean?
I don't know if we ever specifically wore these jerseys.
No. So we did. We actually looked it up because they had the pictures in the building.
Oh, really?
It was like I think it might have been within the first 5 to 10 years of the Steelers being an organization. Yeah, but we definitely have checked that out before because I was thinking the same thing. Like I've seen the other ones.
There was the Allegheny one where
yeah.
we have the city logo, I think, on the front. It's either the city or the state. And then their vertical lines.
Right.
I thought this was just a spin-off of that.
Nah,
and
like,
we never
we
actually
legit
wore this jersey.
Yeah, we were legit worn them. But like I said, it was like early on. You know what I mean? In that process, from just based on the pictures that we've seen on the like in the facility and stuff like that.
Yeah,
man.
Nah, it's a good jersey. I appreciate
it's
it.
clean though, bro.
I'm excited too. Obviously, leaving for a little trip
It's
here.
travel day today for you, man. Yeah.
Yeah, so
You know
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
enjoy the
saying?
week, and we'll be recording a podcast, I think, throughout in a couple days. But it'll be nice to get away, spend some time with family.
Sometimes you need to get away.
Yeah.
Just speaking from a person that might have been away for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to step out.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, so everything's good. Friday morning.
Hey, now the real question is because I know in the past when we've traveled, you got experience for that Chick-fil-A, the breakfast.
Oh yeah.
Or even the lunch. How you feeling right now knowing that,
I could use it right now.
Yeah.
I'm starving right now.
Yeah. I was just thinking about that. And it's like, you going to the airport? Chick-fil-A always be hitting in the airport for some reason. I don't know why it hits a little different there, but it's just tasty. Real tasty, man.
We usually grab it in the morning, though.
No.
I won't be there till afternoon. I mean, those lines are probably going to be packed.
Strong possibility,
McDonald's and Chick-fil-A. I doubt I'm going to grab anything at the airport. Who knows? Depends on how early. Actually, I think we are going to be early today.
Okay.
I think we're going to be pretty early.
Okay.
Usually, my family, outside of my dad, we're pretty late. That's where I get all this from. Especially,
I was wondering, too.
Dude, I'm telling you, my mom growing up.
Oh,
it's my mom.
Your dad, bro.
It's my mom. My mom's side of the family for sure. My dad, he's usually pretty on time with his stuff. Although he has his moments.
Okay.
He definitely has his moments too. But yeah, it seems like we're gonna be on time a few hours early, a couple hours early.
Okay. No, I like
so maybe I will have some time. Stop, grab some grub.
I'm going to just make sure that you're not late on my account, okay? Because I don't want Mama or Papa DeClaven pulling up being like, yo, what's going on here? Where my son at? I don't want no beef, okay? So with that being said, let us know where y'all are tuning in from, man. We'll get those shout-outs rolling, man, and get the show on the road, baby.
If anything, it'd be on my account because I'm not packed at all right now.
Oh, my God. What? No Hold on, Deke. Wait a minute.
Yep.
When we talked the other day, you said if we record in the morning, it's going to force me to pack the night before, and I'll be good to go. What happened, bro?
I had a lot going on yesterday. Me and my buddies golfed, and then I had band. So I didn't get home till pretty late. I was like, you know what?
I saw what time you text me. I woke up feeling like, oh, he was out. It was one of them nights. Yeah.
So I washed a lot of golf shirts. Yeah, I probably have like 5 or 6 golf shirts washed. So I just take those down, a couple pair of pants, some shorts.
You good to go.
Pair of shoes and sandals, and I'll just buy the rest
now,
down at a Walmart down there.
You don't wear shoes. You wear Crocs. You don't need sneakers. Just bring a pair of Crocs, some socks. You know how you do, and you be good to go.
Here's my problem with the Crocs. I got them all muddied up at last weekend's bachelor party. It was pretty fun. I mean, the weather was really bad. So we were outside. We were actually even golfing a little bit outside, and they got all muddy. So that's a whole nother step in the process. Whenever I'd have to get back home, I have to wash them off a little bit. I don't think the mud's that bad. I don't think I'd be tracking mud, so maybe you're right. I could wear them. I need to take a actual pair of shoes down, though, for sure.
Why? You can't wear the Crocs at the wedding?
No, I'm in the wedding.
It's frowned upon?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Come
it
on.
Might not be.
You got to tell that small Deke energy if you can't
I think
wear Crocs
I am
at
bringing
the wedding,
the
bro.
stash back, though.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm going to bring the stash back.
Are you getting rid of all this?
Yeah.
Dang.
Stash for the wedding.
For sure. Even though this girly, it's thick.
It's just laziness. It's not like I was really trying to grow up, but it got to the point over the last week or so where I'm like, you know what? Yeah, this is kind of a vibe right now.
Yeah.
This is like mid-season Steeler vibe.
I know. And
winter
when you
Steeler vibe.
pulled up with the Dagon jersey, I'm like, yo, I feel like we're ready to go to the game now. Like, I don't know who they're playing today. I don't care if it's April 1st. We're going to the game, man. I was ready for it, dog.
Yeah, so I probably got about an hour when I get back home to pack.
Okay. For sure.
And like I said, rest of the stuff, like I'll probably just buy a razor and all that stuff down at like a Walmart. If I need to buy some white tees or something, some socks, I'll just buy it down at Walmart down there and just leave it.
I like it there, man.
That's all. I'm not going all out on this packing for this trip. Just taking a bunch of golf shirts down, a couple shorts, some boxers or something. That's about it.
Well, I will say this then. Hearing that does at least put my mind at ease. I thought you was going to have to do a full-on production of packing. And I was like,
no, I got some golf shirts that are clean right now.
He's not going to make it. So that does make me feel a little bit better.
It'll be easy, yeah.
Good. So, yeah, let's get into this let's get into these chats where people are checking in from. I'll start it off, man, since it is Fast Friday. That's what we used to call it in football terms, because Friday be a little condensed. But anywho, we got Jacob Malacio tuning in from the 919 North Carolina in the house, as always, and he is on that gas, just the way we like to see it, my Galaxy traveling brethren. Yes, sir. Stan Clare, the 905 Toronto, a.k.a. Drake Crib. All right, then we got DM 41 91 725 Vegas checking in, packing up to move back to sunny San Diego. Man, enjoy that packing, Lord. You know, we had them conversations before. Whew, don't be that guy. Do not be that guy. Hey, you want to help me pack? Don't you? Can I borrow your truck? You can borrow the truck. Oh, can you help me? Oh, no, don't you do that, baby. Don't you do it.
Don't put your boys in a tough spot.
Don't do that, man. Please don't do that. All right, we also have Donald Copeland said, get the backwood before the flight. Okay, he's giving you a little pre-flight tips. I like that. Justin Reynolds tuning in from the 304 Morgantown, waiting to schedule for my fall classes at 9 o'clock. Well, you got about 5 minutes. Man, you remember them days? We'd have to like get up and have to wait. Like, oh man, we only can register at this time. If you don't register during this time, you're not going to get your classes.
There's a lot of things I hate about college looking back. A lot of things. And yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah. Like, why you got to make me feel like I got to register at this time? I can't register at 3 o'clock. What's the difference? I get it, though. And then I'm going to get a couple more, then I'll let you take over for the chat.
Sure.
Then we got Lamar Jackson. What up, Lamar? I hope you get that contract done. I know you was a little upset at everybody trying to come at you for the money and stuff, but it's all love. Lamar, you know, I ride with you, and that's why you got, you know, your cousin or your homie up there with the jersey. You know what I mean? So it's all good. But he's tuning in from the 912 Savannah, Georgia. You might be there in the offseason. That's probably what's going on. Lamar chilling there in the offseason. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we got Moneybags. Can't forget Moneybags. Tuning in from South Carolina, the 803.
Jacob Soria says 209 Stockton, California. He says 1 week off and Deke is a Hall of Fame golfer.
I'm not skills like that.
No, I played pretty bad yesterday. Down the stretch, at least. I'll have a video out, so they'll be able to see it.
There we go.
Yeah. Nick Y. Yo. 918, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Let's get it.
Jeff Hernandez, the 919. Stand up. Rooting for UNC.
Oh, that's right. Final Four action, man. We definitely got to address that.
The King Herc. 937. The Dirty DYT. Excited for how this draft plays out after a crazy free agency.
Yeah. Has been a crazy free agency. Definitely has been, man.
Mark Davison, Australia. I should be sleeping. Hey.
Well, shout out to you for not sleeping and being tuned in all the way in Australia, baby. Put another shrimp on the barbie, mate. All righty. All right, you got about, do you see any other ones?
I'll say a couple more. We got some more international.
I was like, I don't see any other. But yeah, you see it? Get us right.
Tuning in from London.
Oh, you know he over there. Hey, he always holding us down across the pond, man. Little fish and chips over there.
La Flame. As always, tuning in from Germany.
Hey,
can't wait to have the NFL coming to Germany next season.
Dude, man, we need the Steelers to go out there. That's what's next.
Hey, we got a lot of support from Germany.
Steelers to Germany, we gotta go. That's like mandatory.
There was dudes pulling up at the tailgate these past couple years.
Dude, I know, and they were dope too, man. But and that's how I learned German. Mein Haus as dein Haus. You know what I'm saying? That's Mikas as Sukas. That's what that means. You know what I'm saying? I learned that, man. Shout out to my homies over there.
House is a German word then?
You said what?
House is a German word?
Yeah, but it's not spelled. It's like
oh, okay.
Mein Haus as dein Haus. It's like, yeah. It's weird how they spell it.
H-A-U or something like that.
I'm not even going to attempt to spell it like that, but yeah. But it is pretty cool though, bro.
I'll say one more.
All right.
Berg, 6-time champions. Berg City, 6-time champions. Says 734. Big up. Belleville, Michigan.
Okay. Well, big it up then. All righty. Oh, and we got a couple of supers that popped up as well.
I got them.
Oh, man, let me find out Deke. It's the power of the jersey, bro.
Young Poppy.
You can't lose with that jersey on. You know that now. You can't lose with the Bumblebee AV, baby.
Calling God.
Come on, man.
I've been posting honey every day until the Steelers signed Tyrann Mathieu. Speak it into existence.
Hey, man, they still got the money. He's still available. And, we're going to have to address him a little bit today because, has some rumblings around him. So we'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
But, dude, you see what Bobby Wagner just signed for, bro?
Who'd he sign with?
He signed with Dallas.
Oh, really?
It's like 5 for 50. Something like that.
My God.
Yeah, dude.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah, it was like 5 for 50 or something like that, man.
He is old. 5 years is a lot.
But think of it like how Von Miller signed with Buffalo.
6-year
deal, but it's not legit 6 years.
It's after 2 years or something.
It's like a 2 or 3 year deal.
There's an out.
Yeah, but he signed not Dallas. He signed with the Rams. Excuse me on that. Yeah, signed with
Bobby Wagner signed with the Rams.
Yeah, with the Rams. That's what I meant to say. Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah. They keeping it going. Rich get richer.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not happy about that. And then especially you say 5 for 50, so that's $10 million a year.
You've
got to be kidding me, man.
50. Yeah.
That's really disappointing.
Yeah. Or is it might be 5 for 60 with 50 guaranteed. I know 50 is definitely what he's leaving with though. Okay. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
A little disappointing. I guess we believe in Devin Bush though.
Yeah. When I saw that, I was like, oh.
Because we could have done my strategy. Not only Bobby Wagner, but Devondre Campbell signed for the same thing.
No,
$10 million to Green Bay. Now, maybe he wanted to go back to Green Bay.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something we had no control of. But around that number is where we're talking, okay, if we would have traded Devin Bush, we clear up like $6 million in cap space. You put that towards one of those two linebackers.
Yeah. And
you're basically getting them whenever you subtract the difference for $4 million.
Yeah, when I saw that he signed with the Rams, I was like, man, you pairing him. You still got AD out there. Yeah, that's gonna be nice for them.
They lost Miller though to your team.
Yeah, but they still had Floyd out there though, man. Remember Leonard Floyd? He was still out there cooking.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna be hurting at all, bro. Yeah.
Did you get got by any of these April Fool's reports?
Nah, I haven't even checked anything yet, bro.
I almost lost it yesterday.
They gave you April Fool's early?
Oh yeah, it was last night. There was one on Instagram. You want to know why I was devastated?
Oh, Lord.
Christian McCaffrey to the Bills. I lost it. I was like, no, please don't tell me this is true.
Yeah, that would have been ill.
And it was like for 2 second-round picks. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, I have not looked on any social media. I mean, because for me.
It looks so official. I'm like,
dude, but you got to know, man, April Fool's, bro. Like, be careful, man. Got to be real
It was
careful.
like midnight. I wasn't prepared. My awareness wasn't up just yet.
Yeah, man. and look, and we said midnight. This is how I know I wasn't going to catch that. the way my phone is set up, 11:45, that's when Do Not Disturb kick in. That's when
Oh, nice.
That's when it's, hey, don't text me, don't talk to me, or whatever business we have, we're going to address that in the morning. Yeah. So that's why I didn't even know you text me until I woke up this morning. I was like, oh.
That's great, though.
Hit me up.
That's a great strategy.
You got to give me boundaries, you know? I'm all about boundaries now.
Official momentum says Moats, Deke, happy Friday. Love the move with the honey badger. I don't think we signed him yet.
We have not yet.
I think he's just talking about the general movement of talking about him. Deke, those throwbacks are fire. Man, no Terrell Edmonds. That's crazy. Not official just yet.
Right, nothing official just yet.
Minka and the honey badger. Does this dude know something we don't?
Nothing official just yet.
He just says, love the move with the honey badger, and then he says Minka and the honey badger.
All I know is
close it.
You better be careful today, okay? I'm not listening to no breaking news.
Oh, he's doing April Fool's.
I'm gonna say, I don't know. I'm on high alert. Okay, even when I woke up this morning, wifey went to give me a hug. I said, whoa. Is this for real love or is this fake love? It's April Fool's. I ain't silly. You ain't gonna play me like that. Nah. I ain't going out like Willie Lump. Come on.
Official momentum. Dropping another one. Says, hey, if y'all in the city tonight, come see my brother Chris Myers, a.k.a. Ambition the Kid, from Pretty Ricky Radio, Tokyo, at the Rivers Casino Live, 9 to 12 a.m. 9 to midnight.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. All right. Well, you said you're going to be gone, huh?
I'm going to be gone. So you could go.
I ain't going to lie. I'm still in the house. I am not outside just yet. I'm still recovering from being away for 30 days. But if anybody is in the area, you heard what Deke just said. He gave you all the information, the details. Man, if you're in town, man, pull up on the homie, man. Please do. I said we at least say that. There we go.
Official momentum. He's back again. Big Ben's pulling a Brady and Ray Lewis as well. I was going to try to maybe, I mean, it wouldn't have worked. I was going to say I was maybe going to try to get you Schefter report.
Yeah.
Big Ben coming back.
Mm-hmm. It's all good, man.
Probably would have been a bad joke.
It's all good, man.
But good thing he did it right there, so now I don't have to.
So you just going to kill him in it? You ain't. All right.
Sean Manahan. Sign Minka to a backloaded contract extension with a signing bonus, and then sign Honey Badger to a 1 to 2 year deal.
I mean, in theory, it sounds great for the team. I don't know if Minka wants to do that, though. That's the only thing, man. Like, backloaded contracts are not beneficial to players. That's how players end up getting got. Because you had these, like, monstrous cap hits, monstrous numbers on the front. I mean, on the back end, stuff like that, man.
Wait, but as long as he gets his money up front, what does it matter?
But we'll put it like this.
Backloaded contract for us would mean the cap hits are big, but maybe we could give him that money up front, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Like, if you're giving him a crazy signing bonus, right? And we say we're going to backload this deal, that means his base salaries are going to be low first, second, third year of this deal, right? But by the time you get to that fourth year or that fifth year, that's when you're going to get an astronomical cap hit. And that's how players get cut. Because they'll say, oh, well, you know, is he worth...
Depends on the dead cap.
You're right. I'm like, is he worth this or not? And that's typically why as players, we don't really want that. Give me my money up front, man. I don't want to play that game down the line. If I get hurt, if my play slips, if the team just decides they want to go younger, give me my money up front, baby. I want it all. Right in the first 2 years. First 2-3 years, baby. That's what you wanted, man.
We can finagle some things with other restructures. I don't think we necessarily have to go straight to Minka.
Can. Yeah. But that's all I'm saying. Like, backloaded works for the team. That's definitely a team thing. For the players, you want your money on the front end, because the longer you got to wait to get that cash, the longer you got to wait to get that even more money and stuff like that, it's just not worth it to me.
Najee Laupak giving us a little mock draft here. 20, Devin Lloyd. 52, Christian Watson. 84, Nicholas Petit Frere.
You pronounce his name so well, by the way.
That's not bad. 138,
not bad.
Damian Pierce. 209, Vincent Gray. 225, Neil Farrell Jr. 241, Zach Van Valkenburg.
I'm looking at
trade
the last
Deontay
thing.
to
That's
Packers for a first next year.
Ooh.
Are we really talking about this again?
Well, I mean, I have seen his name pop up a couple times.
Yeah, people are trying to do that. Deontay for first round.
Well, I mean, you got to think, bro. If Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill could get traded, what makes Deontay Johnson above trade talk?
Yeah,
because under normal circumstances,
because Deontay is going to be looking for the extension.
If you were the Chiefs
and those guys got traded due to contracts,
and if we're like, oh, the Packers are going to trade Devontae Adams a month ago, you're like, are you crazy? That's the one guy you don't trade. He just come off a record-breaking season. We know who he is. The Chiefs, oh, they're going to trade Tyreek Hill. You're like, what, man? You stupid. No way they're doing that. Both of them dudes have been moved at their crazy seasons. solely because of the contracts. So the Deontay conversation, I don't think is too far off if he truly does want what the reports were. Now, granted, I haven't seen it where it came directly from him.
Right.
But we know how it works. Like, you don't have to say it directly anymore. You can go through an agent. You can do that whole song and dance. But either way, we know, in the ballpark of what he's looking for. And it's a lot more than what we were comfortable paying him, at least from our perspective. So that's all. I mean, it's one of those things like you could essentially let it play out and then let him walk free. And you hope for a comp pick. Or you say, we'll take the proactive approach. We don't think that, he's going to come down on this number. And this kind of just...
You don't want to do this disgruntled.
Right. And if he balls out, which we think he's still going to be an even better receiver next year, it's only going to make that number skyrocket even more. So that could be one of those things that they say, you know what, maybe it does make sense to trade him for some picks right now.
How do we feel about that number? Could I be wrong? 15, now that we're seeing Devontae Adams and like Tyreek Hill getting 30. If you're telling me Devontae's getting half of that, that's not terrible.
But do you want to pay him half of that solely because those guys are getting 30? Because to me, I don't.
I know. Are we just getting more removed from the season where I'm not as focused on the drop?
Yeah. I'm just kind of like, yeah, I know what those guys are. I know why they get paid 30. It's kind of like when you pay certain quarterbacks 40. But just because quarterbacks get 40 doesn't mean we would want to pay Baker Mayfield 40. No, I'd be like, I don't want to pay him that. I still want to pay him in this range. And that's kind of like when I think of Deontay, I think of the same thing. It's like, yeah,
Dak Prescott might be a good example if we're doing positions. Like maybe Deontay's the Dak Prescott of receivers, because people are paying Dak Prescott $40 million, right? I don't think anyone's legitimately thinking about Baker in the 40 range.
How do you feel about Dak at 40?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe not as good.
Right.
15 might,
because everybody else is getting it. That's what you're supposed to do. It's like
15 might feel like a little bit of a bargain though.
Yeah.
Compared to those, I mean, Deontay's got to play a little better.
Right, but when you're saying it's a bargain, is it a bargain because we're just getting them at half of their cost, or are we getting the productivity that's associated with those guys? Not just numbers, impact. Because we talk about what they do when they're on the field. They draw coverage consistently. That, to me, is a difference right now. With Deontay, we know, now granted, Deontay definitely bought out this season, but I don't think Deontay is in the conversation of Devontae Adams or Tyreek Hill.
We'd probably still take AB would be wide receiver 1 if we signed him right now.
So why am I going to pay $15 million to a guy that you just said we would take AB as wide receiver 1? You catch my drift?
AB's problems are obviously not on the field. Is he going to make it through week 3? Is he not going to get disgruntled in the locker room?
But do you want to pay $15 million for a guy that you don't even view as the definitive wide receiver 1?
Right.
Because
what would you do? Hold on. How about this? What would you do? Would you pay $30 million combined for Deontay Claypool versus just like $30 million to Devontae Adams?
Why would I pay it to Deontay and Claypool? Claypool, I ain't got to pay him yet.
I'm just saying. Let's say Claypool comes up.
With that. I don't care.
He's looking for double digits too.
I'm dragging my feet with Claypool until I get more consistency on and off the field.
I'm just saying, like 3 years, if we have both of them on the roster and we both sign them to extensions, it might be around that range. Or would you just rather sign a wide receiver 1?
Well, me personally, I would much rather just draft a wide receiver 1. I think I could get one of those guys in this draft. I told you I love Jameson Williams, even though I know he's going to sit for the first part of the year recovering. I think that he comes in, he's wide receiver 1. I'm cool with that, and I got him cheap.
And you see how Deontay Claypool play out.
Absolutely. Hey, whoever wants to get paid, y'all better step it up.
Okay, so one of them could be gone.
One of them I'm paying, one of them I'm letting leave, and that's kind of how I look at it. Like.
And then we could just draft another dude in 2 or 3 years. And the first 3 rounds, they could step in as like our wide receiver 3. And then the process continues.
I just don't think I need to pay either one of those guys or both of those guys $15 apiece, because I don't think that their impact is to that level just yet. Not saying they can't grow into that, but when I think of 15 plus, I think of that just consistent dominant force. And like I said, at times Deontay showed that, but we also saw his lapses. And also, this is the first year where he was this consistent. You think about it. The year prior to that, he was not consistent like this. And we were talking about how we were praising him because even when he was messing up this year, he wasn't going into the tank. I don't want to praise guys for that. I want to praise guys for doing how AB was before he went full, out there when it was like, yo, this guy is just dominant. He catches everything. He scores touchdowns. He's a volume catcher, volume yardage guy. He does everything, and he draws coverage. Like, those type of guys I really am comfortable paying whatever to. But right now with Deontay and Claypool, I just don't feel like they've consistently been at that level. And when you're talking about shelling out 15 solely because this guy got 30, I just don't like that method. That's just me, though. What about you? How would you do it?
I think that's fair. I'm kind of with you here because with how these rookie receivers are performing in their rookie seasons on kind of cheaper contract, depending on where you draft them. But, like, if we get a dude at 20, their cap hit's probably going to be around the 4 range for these next 4 years.
Chris Olave, how would you feel? Like, I just feel like I can get a receiver that can come in and give me at least what they're doing right now.
Well, that's why I think
it's going to be way cheaper.
The Chiefs making that trade and the Packers making that trade, it actually works out a lot for them because they already have Mahomes and Rodgers. So if they draft a dude in the first round, I mean, they could probably give you, in this rookie season, at least 80 to 90% of the production that Devontae Adams or Tyreek Hill gave you.
I said to myself, I'm like, the Chiefs, man, they got, I think it's 6 or 7 picks within the first 2 to 3 rounds.
And you don't have to pay either of them $30 million.
Like, come on now. I was saying, you're going to have them on the cheap for at least 4 years, at least 4.
Probably 3. They'll look for that extension if they play well.
Or you hit them with the 5th-year option, though. That's what I'm saying. So you still have options with that. To me, man, I don't want to pay them dudes like that if they're not clear cut a Devontae Adams or Tyreek Hill. Like, those guys are clearly established. We know exactly who they are.
I think it will work out for the Raiders too, right? Pairing him with Derek Carr, like, that'll be good.
Yeah.
Hill with the Dolphins, that's gonna be interesting. They got a nice little receiving core there, but it's just all on Tua.
Tua is the one. Tua is definitely the one, man.
I could see in both of those scenarios though, Devontae and Tyreek Hill, where the Raiders and Dolphins are looking 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line. It's like, oh damn.
Yeah.
This cap hit's really hitting different now.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But shoot, I think that was it for those for the supers, right?
I think so. No, we got more coming in.
All right, let me see what we got.
I think so. No.
Good.
I think I'm wrong.
Okay. I would say I didn't see anything on mine. All right. So let's get to this first topic then, man. Got to start out with a former Steeler. You should call him former Steeler, even though he was not a player, he was a part of the organization.
Yeah.
But Bruce Arians, man, stepping down as the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, dude, and going into the front office role, and also allowing the homie Todd Bowles to become the head coach, which also opened the door for former Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker Larry Foote to be named co-defensive coordinator as well.
Who's the other guy?
I forgot his name already, bro.
Someone we don't really know.
Yeah, but he was already on the staff, though, down there for them. But, man.
Co-defensive coordinator.
Yeah, co-defensive coordinator, bro.
How often does that happen?
I do not know. But technically, I mean, haven't we had a co-defensive coordinator, essentially, with Butts and Coach Tomlin? All right, I'm sorry.
I guess you're right. That's what I mean. Maybe you can have co-defensive coordinators, but usually it's different titles. You have the defensive coordinator. The other one's
pass game coordinator,
something like that.
Run game coordinator.
Yeah, you do something like that. Defensive assistant.
But as a whole, man, I love the situation, man. BA is kind of dope because he has been one of those guys that have been not just giving lip service about diversity and opportunities, but he's also been implementing it. You look at his staff, especially when they won the Super Bowl. I mean, women on the staff in coaching positions, a ton of minority African-American coaches on his staff in positions of power. I mean, he was one of the ones that was doing it where a lot of people weren't to that extent. And then when you hear why he stepped down, he talks about how, he's more concerned about his succession, like the legacy that he's leaving versus being a Hall of Famer. And that was part of the reason why he wanted to step out the way so he could give some of his coaching staff those opportunities to get promoted and in a better situation. I think of Todd Bowles and how when he got his first opportunities with the Jets were trash at the time.
Little Fitz magic.
And even then, he got into 10 wins. It was just Fitzy. Fitzy helped us out because we needed Fitzy to go with a Buffalo and blow it. He lived
by the sword and died by the sword,
He blew
basically.
it in Buffalo, and that helped us beat Cleveland and get into the postseason. I'll never forget. I love Fitzy for that, and I love Buffalo forever for that. But it was a bad situation. So after that year, we saw what it looked like in New York, and then he was gone after that. But I just say to myself, it's like, man, how often do we get first-year coaches walking into good situations, right, where they can properly be evaluated? And for Todd, I didn't really think that he got that opportunity to that extent in New York, whereas now he's going to get a great opportunity in Tampa with a squad coach. I mean, he has the full coaching staff. He has Brady coming back. You have all these pieces. You still have BA on the staff as an executive. But to me, I just think that that's an even doper situation for him. And it's really because Bruce made this decision. And that's why, like I said, it was just super cool to see that and actually hear that. Because at first I was like, bro, I hope it's not health related or scandal related. Anytime you get these abrupt step downs and stuff, I'm like, oh God, is your email, was you forwarded the email from John Gruden, baby? What's going on here? But luckily he was not, from my understanding. Everything was good. He just wanted to give these guys opportunities. So definitely wanted to, like I said, salute him for that though, man.
Was it Brady related?
Could have been. Now, did you saw some of the reports, right? It was like, is Brady coming back the reason why BA is stepping down? What you think, man?
I don't think so. He said no. He said this was in place before Brady announced that he was coming back anyway. Now, did they clash? Yeah. But I think it makes sense where Arians is at his career right now, too.
Yeah.
I mean, dude's 70 years old.
Yeah.
Won a Super Bowl. He's pretty accomplished. I could see him wanting to kick back a little bit.
2 Super Bowls now. I mean, one a part of the staff and one being the head guy. So, yeah.
Well, I think he actually has 3. I think he was on our staff even in 2005 as like the QB coach or something too. But yeah, he was offensive coordinator for the first Super Bowl 43. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then he went to another one in 2010. 10. So yeah, I think it makes sense. And yeah, you're right. It's pretty cool giving Todd Bowles an opportunity. I was wondering why he wasn't getting any head coaching interviews or any buzz that way, but I guess this succession plan's been in place for the last couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, if that was
Bowles almost got screwed though with Brady retired.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but that's why I'm like, I don't want to go that far in the BA talk about he been had this in the works. I'm like, bro, hold on now, because you was about to set my man up with no Brady for a second, bro, but it fell into place and it works out. It's going to sound like a great story this way. So we're good. Oh, so it's Larry Foote and Casey Rogers. That's the other DC.
No clue who that is.
Yeah, I guess he worked under Todd Bowles. That's what I just saw. So, but with this move though, man, I do think for Bowles, like, he lucked into it. It worked out, and probably makes sense though why we weren't hearing his name in particular in terms of head coaching opportunities.
Yeah, that performance they put on against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl was phenomenal.
Oh, without a doubt, man. Absolutely. So, I mean, for me, man, I think that it's going to be a good situation for him. And like you said, when you're able to keep your staff with you and stuff like that, man, that works out. Now, I did see Rod Dallas. He asked a good question right here. He said, why didn't they make Byron Leftwich the head coach? Because we know Byron was interviewing for the Jags head coaching spot and did not get that. You have a feeling on that?
Probably just Todd Bowles is more qualified. Prior head coaching experience, older. That's really it. I mean, if Bowles wasn't on the staff, if it was a different defensive coordinator, maybe they would have given it to Byron Leftwich.
Yeah, I kind of felt the same because, like I said, Bowles, he's been a head coach, I think, for 3 seasons he was in New York. One was a 10-win season. The other 2, not so well, but we know it was a lot that went into those years. Whereas with B. Leftwich, he's been burning it up in terms of coming in as QB coach, pass game coordinator. First year he was in Tampa, I don't even know if he was considered the OC official.
Him and Brady worked very closely, they say.
Then after that, he finally got that title and things like that. But you can see the trajectory that B. Leftwich is on. He is going to be a head coach very soon in this league. Like I said, being able to spend time with him in Arizona, he knows his stuff. He's a leader, and certain people, they just understand how to lead men. Certain people understand the game of football, and he's innovative in terms of his approach. And you can see, like you said, for him to, even Brady at this age, still be able to communicate with him, get that respect from him, and them guys work as close as they did. And that's something that Brady, like you talked about, man. Like, Brady spoke on this thing, man. So
is he younger than Brady?
He low-key might be, bro.
I think he is.
He low-key might be.
Brady drafted, 2000? Was it 01? Brady is 44.
Let's see.
Byron Leftwich over
41.
You think he's 41?
I say 41.
Yeah, 42.
Oh, when was his birthday?
He just turned 42 too in January. Hold on.
Okay.
He just turned 42 in January. Brady still has to turn 45 in August.
Bro, this is nuts.
So 2.5 years older than Byron Leftwich.
Yeah, so even more so why it's impressive that he commanded Brady's respect. Sheesh. That's crazy. That is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
So with Arians.
Wow.
He's not officially retiring.
No.
But
no.
What do you think of the Hall of Fame discussion?
I mean, I think he should be getting consideration. I mean,
There's a case.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I also think of guys who have one Super Bowl ring as a head coach. We talked about Bill Cowher, him getting in. That becomes the new barometer, right? The new measure of, all right, what did he accomplish how does he stack up to him? So when I think of BA, I say, okay, you what? At least we know you won 2, guaranteed 2. Like you said, might have been 3 in terms of being on the staff for 2 times.
I could probably bet.
I guess I just wasn't sure 100%.
My life savings that he was on the staff. Okay. Yeah.
But he definitely has the one as the head coach, which is legit as heck. And he did it within what? That's his first year in Tampa or was it second year in Tampa? No, it was his first year in Tampa.
Second or third, because he had Jameis.
So second then. Yeah, because he was only down there. This is going to his 4th year right now.
Yeah.
And he had Brady for 2 of those years, Jameis for 1. So yeah. So he won it early down there in that process.
I think what helps him is the little storyline with the Colts.
I was about to say the Colts situation.
Bucs rookie year, Pagano goes down with cancer. He just steps in after he retired from the Steelers.
Yeah,
for like literally, I think it was. I don't know how soon, but yeah, he became the Colts like quarterback coach or a Colts assistant pretty quickly after he retired from the Steelers. And then, Pagano goes down. He steps in. They go 9-3, make the playoffs in Luck's rookie year. And then also how he reinvented Carson Palmer out in Arizona.
Yeah, I was going to say, but you look at his quarterback where you talk about what he did with 7. You talk about Luck, obviously Palmer. I mean, if I remember correctly, Jameis did get the 5K 30 for 30 under him, if I remember right. Yeah. If my math does be correct with these years. And then we obviously saw with Brady hopping back into the MVP conversation with him down there as well. So you can see what his impact is on quarterbacks and definitely, the offenses that he's around. But he wins. You think about when he was in AZ, dude wins.
Sometimes that was with bad quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Really bad. Like when Palmer got hurt, it
was
Drew Stanton.
Who was the one that did the little, remember the commercial was always showing out there? And
I don't remember.
That might have been Stanton.
That might have been.
Low-key might have been.
You know what? I think you're right.
That low-key might have been Stanton. Every time I saw the little highlight, he runs on the sideline, does a little fist thing, bro.
With the Steelers as the OC. You ready for this? 07. Ben made his first Pro Bowl. And I'm telling you, after Brady, that was Brady's 50 touchdown season. Yeah. Ben was the second best quarterback that season. There's no doubt in my mind.
That happens a lot for him, huh?
He's still the GOAT, though. When you add up all those seasons.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Yeah.
Equals the GOAT. 08, won the Super Bowl. 09, it was weird. 09 was a weird season because the offense was pretty good. Ben threw for like 4,300 yards, which was pretty good for 09.
Yeah.
We went 9-7. 2010, went to the Super Bowl. And this is probably a top 5 season for Ben. It's weird it goes unrecognized because he had a suspension for 4 games.
Right.
But 3,200 yards, went 17-5. His like QBR was like 70 plus.
Yeah.
Really good season for him there. And then 2011 was his last year. We went 12-4. Big Ben made a Pro Bowl. So that's a pretty good stint.
No, absolutely.
As an OC. And it was weird at the time as to why he retired because I thought the offense was pretty good. I think whenever you look back, it was just Rooney trying to protect Ben a little bit more because he still was taking shots.
Yeah.
The O-line was so bad, though.
Yeah.
Like, after 07, our O-line became terrible. It was probably the worst O-line for, like, 3 years. So, I don't know if there was much Arians can do. A lot of our success from the offense, too, was Big Ben just making plays, dodging dudes. And
I remember that version of
off
Big Ben.
schedule.
I remember that version of 7. Absolutely. But hold up. Wait a minute. I believe some new color just came onto the screen. If you can see what I see.
Yeah. Derek Nelson.
Shout out to Derek in the house. Shout out to Derek. Top of the morning.
Says, morning, guys. Tomlin said we are probably getting a quarterback in the draft if it falls right. What do you think he meant? A first rounder? Later? Is Mitch just there to groom a quarterback for a year or two? We still looking at Willis. They did have dinner together recently.
Well, Derek, first off, we greatly appreciate your support and top of the morning to you as well. I also remember Coach Tomlin said that, or not him, but Kevin Colbert said that regardless of who we signed in free agency, that will not deter us from drafting a guy in that position. I do think that they are leaning towards taking a quarterback. I mean, they're doing their due diligence, man. And we know that they love Malik Willis. That is the one that continues to pop up. Malik. And rightfully so. We know he has the highest ceiling of all the quarterbacks coming out. We know the athletic ability that he has and the crazy arm that he has also. For me, I look at Mitch more so as competition, but I've been on that kind of vein. I know
don't count out Mason, right?
I know some other people think that, Mitch is the 30-10 guy or 35-10 10, 35, and
33
whatever.
total touchdowns.
Like,
I think that's possible.
I get it. I like the optimism. I just don't share that. So for me, when I saw the money for Mitch, I never viewed him as the bona fide starter. That's why you hear me say Mitch, Mason, Haskins, or whoever, because I don't think that Mitch is just coming in here and it's solidified. So you could call him a groom guy. You could call him competition. I just don't think that they love him. And if you don't love the guy, strong possibly they might draft this guy in terms of Malik Willis. So that's kind of like how I view it, man. But what about you, man?
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility, which kind of sucks because I don't really want to draft a quarterback that bad. Mm-hmm. Outside of Malik Willis, I've been saying that since like 2 months ago. Yeah. I just don't want to trade up for one either. Right. I don't think they're going to go out of their way. I don't think they're going to trade up in the top 10.
Yeah.
If someone falls, if it is Willis, if for some reason they like Corral,
if he's in the teams, I think they'll
Pickett,
move up to get him.
Maybe they'll pick one of those guys. Yeah. Pickett would be a weird one, though, just because of his age and him being ready right now. It's like, why did you bring in Trubisky then? Uh-huh. This is just really weird. This is weird having Pickett, Haskins, Trubisky, and Mason. That'd be weird. It would definitely be weird. Whereas with Willis,
it's like they all the same people, bro. That's
like any of them could start.
Oh my
any of them could start. Whereas with Willis, you're assuming he's a project. You're assuming best case for him getting playing time would be middle of the season. Now that would probably be worst case for the team.
Because that mean we struggling.
Maybe we're not doing as well those first 8 weeks. But you never know. Maybe Willis could come in, then we rattle off like 8 or 9 in a row. I thought you
said your boy coming out of retirement anyways. We ain't tripping on that.
I mean,
man.
I'd be for that too.
Man.
I would definitely be for that.
I know you would.
We could have one of those scenarios. Actually, I'm not going to bring it up because I don't want to talk about injuries for anyone. But remember how the Saints last year, they had a couple injuries. They called up Drew Brees. Yeah. Like, hey, would you come back for a week? Mm-hmm. We could do that. I wouldn't want it just for a week. You call it Ben. You're having him close out the season for you.
Hey, now.
Yeah. But, yeah, in terms of drafting a quarterback, I definitely think it's a possibility.
For sure.
You see our interest in all these pro days. I'd be disappointed if we drafted one round one, though.
Yeah.
I'm saying Jordan Davis, Devin Lloyd, Jameson Williams, or another receiver. That's kind of what I'm looking at, or what hoping for at least.
Yeah, I like your energy. I like it. All right, I think we got 2 supers that came in as well. We'll get those, and then we'll go to the next topic. Sound good?
Sure. I did want to list off some of these stats for Arians, though.
Oh, well, you're right, because we did stop because of Derek. Shout out to you again, Derek, though. We appreciate your support. All right.
This is for his Hall of Fame case.
Yeah.
So we already talked about him rejuvenating Carson Palmer. Some of those Arizona teams were pretty good.
Talked about what he did in Pittsburgh.
9-3 Colts. I think that was pretty good. I think he won Coach of the Year twice too. Mm-hmm. So 6-3 in the playoffs, pretty decent record. Got the Super Bowl with the Bucs, but his just regular season winning percentage is 80-48-1.
Dude,
that's better than Bill Cowher and Jimmy Johnson, and they're in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. So, now Jimmy has what, 2?
He has 2. Bill Cowher 1.
Yeah. The fact, like I said, Cowher with the 1 though, that opens up that door a lot though.
And he coached, I think, around the same amount of seasons as Jimmy Johnson. Yeah. It might only be 1 season off. Okay. Because Jimmy Johnson was.
That's dope though, bro. I didn't know he had it like that.
Around 8 seasons. It was like 7 or 8 seasons. So like the case against Arians people maybe would make is that he's only coached a limited time.
Right.
Like he started.
But if it's the
60.
same as Jimmy.
Yeah, it's around the same as Jimmy.
And you could make a case that Arians has had to do it in tougher situations than Jimmy also.
Well, yeah, that Arizona stuff with some of those quarterbacks.
Or even
ridiculous.
The Indy stuff taking over, like, that's not easy to do when that wasn't your squad. That wasn't your, you weren't at the head of the ship when everything was getting put in place. You kind of just took over because, obviously, with Chuck getting the cancer diagnosis. So that's not an easy situation to walk into, and the success that he had with that also. Yeah. But then, like I said, for me, the Tampa year, winning it during the pandemic also, I do think that, like, that adds to it, man.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot, man.
Scott Fedora, I'll get to these super chats. Deontay's hand size. He has a question mark. He's wondering.
Give him that. What's that Viagra stuff you got for hands? Give him the Viagra for hands stuff that you was talking about the other day, man.
Handstands.
Yeah, that thing, man. You pop one in the mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, he just says wide receiver hand size, question mark. I guess he's wondering if Deontay's is smaller than average for wide receivers.
Nah, Deontay actually has pretty large size hands. You can tell by the way he holds the ball at times. When he's like palming it like this when he's running, you're not doing that with little hands. Trust me on that one, baby. Mm-mm.
If he needs it, just hit me up.
Yeah, man. You'll give it to him too. Huh? How you lay him down? Say, or you do it like a bird feeding another bird. You put it in your mouth and you. I'm just checking. I don't know how this works, man. I don't know how hand Viagra works, bro.
You just ship it.
Ship it.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude, they're just pills. You just ship them out.
It's just pills.
There's-
they don't. Are they FDA approved? I feel like these are
No,
not
they
FDA
definitely
approved.
They definitely aren't. But I told you they worked for Kenny. I mean, his hand size went up an eighth of an inch.
You're right, man. Yeah, every inch matters. Every inch matters. Jeez.
Sean Manahan, Bruce Arians, receiver coach in 05. That's what it was.
Okay.
Offensive coordinator 08 and 10 for those Super Bowls.
Okay. Respect, then. Respect.
And then we have AJ Martinez says we need Honey Badger. Draft a speed wide receiver in round 2.
Mm-hmm.
Bring in Baker for quarterback competition.
It wouldn't surprise
We
me. Baker beat
talked
them
about
dudes out,
that.
yeah.
He's got to get cut though.
Right. We just need to get released. Yeah,
And
we
he's
not
got to
paying
be
the money.
for $5 million or less.
No, he got to get more than Mitch. He definitely gets more money than Mitch, man. Stop that.
Well, then I don't want to do that. That's too much money allocated to the QBs.
Come on, man. He's worth more money than Mitch Trubisky. That's all I'm saying. At least from my perspective, he is.
But I could see us saying, like, listen, man, we got a guy that is arguably better than you. Now, anyone could have that discussion.
I don't know who having that discussion,
For this
man.
for this amount right now,
Yeah.
we see that you've kind of been a pistol in the locker room and kind of brought some drama. Like, we're good. I could see the Steelers saying we're good. Like, you got to come down on your number.
Oh, Lord.
Like, Steelers got the leverage is what I'm saying. The organization. If he really wants to come to the Steelers.
But yeah.
Because think
If
about
you're
the
Baker, bro,
think about
you
the other
cannot
teams
take- you're
that
not
may or
taking
may not
less
want
than
him. There's
Mitch,
not
bro.
that many.
You're not taking less than Mitch. You take less to go somewhere else. You ain't taking less than Mitch here, bro.
Oh, you think that's just too much on the ego right there?
That's disrespectful, bro. Like, it's a football.
What's Drew
thing, bro.
Lock getting?
I don't know, but it's a football thing, bro. Like, Baker to me is a better
gotta
player
prove
than
it.
Mitch, man, and I think that he has already proven that. And if you're Baker, I just don't see how you're gonna come here and say, "Yeah, I'm gonna take less than Mitch Trubisky." Like, I don't agree with that.
I think he should. Well, if he wants to come here, that's what he'd have to do, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go play y'all, and we'll see what's up."
I think it's arguable though who has the more success. It definitely is.
Nah. I mean, we could talk numbers, sure, but I cut tape on. I think is different, and I also just look at the simple fact of one's on their third team and one's about to move from his first team. If you that good, why you moving so much?
Baker's in the same exact scenario as Trubisky was.
Well, we're gonna
last
find
year.
out. We'll find out.
Oh yeah, I mean he's gonna be on a
Yeah.
second team.
Yeah, we'll find out, man.
Yeah,
We'll find out, man.
Black and Martyr, just $10. A little support there. We
Hey,
appreciate
man, shout out
that.
to Black. You know, that's the team captain right there. We know how you roll Black and Marty, but we always got love for you.
Oh, holy shit! Derek Nelson
Derek
has
spilled
decided
Did
not
he
to.
spin the block? Did he?
Yeah, he decided
go.
not to go out on Friday night and spend all this money at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Decided to support the super chat.
Listen,
We
man, you
appreciate
keep
it.
throwing these supers. Deke gonna show some skin. You ain't seen taco meat just yet. Yeah.
In an earlier live, I asked about Willis, and you guys said you didn't want a quarterback first round because of Mitch. And then I started thinking about his contract and what Tomlin said, and got me thinking he's just safety. He's just a safety catch if we don't get Willis.
Yeah, I can easily. Yeah, the money is not crazy. And you say I think he's what 5? Is it 5 mil or maybe 7?
It's 5 guaranteed.
5 guarantee. Yeah,
7 if
it's
I
a
think
2-year split.
things
7
play
and 7,
out.
Yeah,
Or I think if he's just on the roster,
because it's 2 for 14, but it has the incentives to go up to 27. I think it is, but only 5 is guaranteed. That's exactly what Mason has guaranteed. 5.
yeah.
And we're gonna pay Baker less than what Mitch and Mason have. Like, come on, bro. What are we talking about here? Just think about that.
I just think it'd be
Just
really
think-
stupid to have all these guys on the roster for like
Well, I agree with that part. Yes,
X amount of money where it totals up to like
I do
$20 million for 4 different
I
quarterbacks.
agree
It's like
with
crazy.
that. I agree with that. But to tell Baker to come in and take less than Mitch, which ultimately means less than Mason as well, bro, to me, that's craziness.
Like how much money is that? I mean, if things play out for Mitch, he's on the roster. I think he'll get 7 this year. 7 plus 5 for Mason, 2 something for
But
Haskins.
obviously, you're not keeping all of them on the roster once the regular season hits. That's the difference.
Well, if we cut one of these dudes, how's it going to affect our cap? I don't know.
Well,
if
I
like
would
we
have to see
cut
how mu-
Mason, then we have to
Well,
take on
because-
his $5 million
I
dead
don't-
cap.
We got to see how much is guaranteed though, because when they signed the extension for Mason, if there was nothing in terms of crazy signing bonus of $4 million or anything like that, then a lot of that's probably gonna be in base salary. So if it's in base salary, you can cut him. You're good.
Okay, his dead
Yeah.
cap is $1 million.
Right. So he probably got a $1 million signing bonus then, or some way, shape, or form they gave him signing bonus when they did the extension. And that's why if you cut him, that's not going to kill you. He just gets the $5 million as a base salary if he's on the roster week 1 once the regular season hits.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, that's not guaranteed. It's competition. The only person that has guaranteed money right now is Mitch.
What would his dead cap be? I mean, we ain't cutting
You're not
him.
cutting Mitch. You just got him. Yeah, you're not going to do that.
Haskins can't be much either if his
Nah,
contract's only $2 million.
Yeah. And with Haskins being tended, his money doesn't become guaranteed until week 1 of the regular season.
Yeah, Trubisky.
The only one with guaranteed money is Mitch.
Trubisky's dead cap would be 5. Yeah, there's no sense in cutting it. Like, we are not going to cut him because his cap hit is only 3. His dead cap's 5.
Right.
It's cheaper to actually have him on the roster.
To keep him on the roster, yeah. And that's because of the signing bonus that they get, or however they structured the signing bonus part of it. But, yeah, to me, that doesn't say that you can't bring in a Baker Mayfield. If you wanted to do that, that doesn't say that you can't do that. Because with Mason and with Haskins,
you're saying that's why you can maybe pay him a little more than Trubisky.
Well, that's why he should get more than Trubisky, because I think he's a better player than Trubisky and Mason. That's all. But that's just my perspective on it. So
yeah, you'd have to cut Mason then.
Yeah, but you don't.
Whoever loses the competition.
Whoever loses the competition, right? But weren't we expecting one of these guys to get cut anyways? You think we're going to walk into the season with Mitch, Mason, and Haskins? I don't think that all 3 of them guys make
really?
it. I don't. I think that whoever...
That's if we draft a guy, too.
Right, because they already said they want 4 quarterbacks. So somebody going to get got. You ain't carrying all them dudes into the season, bro.
Yeah, we better not be drafting a
somebody
dude in like the 3rd round and then put him on the practice squad or something.
Somebody
Although
gonna get
Haskins never really dressed. He wasn't on the practice squad,
Right.
but I guess we could do something like that. It'd just be weird having 4 dudes and allocating that amount of resources whenever you're talking about cap, and then also if it's a top 3 pick, 3rd round, or top 1 through 3 round pick, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Kind of suck, man. All right, we got G. Alexander. I think I'm right here.
Yeah. And after that, we'll go to this next topic.
Moats, Wagwan.
Wagwan.
I'm a Martian.
Shata.
If we get Baker, Mason is gone! ! Move up for Willis anywhere from 20 to 15. All right, so he doesn't want to go up in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Have to get the Browns stink off of Baker.
Yeah, man. if we talking ourselves into getting the Nagy stench off of Mitch Trubisky, I think that it's fair to believe that we could get the Browns stench off of Baker. Baker did lead these guys. He turned their organization around. Took them to Hinesville and got a dub.
Is he like Mark Jackson for the Warriors?
He could be, bro. He could be.
I hope not.
He could be,
I hope
man.
not.
I hope not, too, because if that happens, we're going to be sick.
I hope not. Mark Jackson just got it ready for Steve Kerr.
That was it. He got it hot and ready, you know. He was the one buying her all the drinks at the bar. He was wooing her all night, talking about how beautiful her dress was, how nice her shoes were. And then good old Steve just walked in and was like, hey, you ready to go home with me? And that's how it happened, man. Marcus said it's empty hand, empty pockets, man. It's not a good feeling, man. But anywho, let's get to this next topic. Because we're finished with that, right? We had anything else?
Yeah. What were we even on? Arians. Oh,
Yeah.
Then we hit the super chat. Yeah,
so
we're good.
All right. Next up, man, has some in-home housekeeping. Pittsburgh Steelers re-signing Karl Joseph. I like it. Especially right now, knowing that, we don't really have another safety outside of granted, we have Norwood, but in terms of an established safety or a safety that's played, in a lot of games and stuff like that, a little high bit pedigree guy, we didn't have another guy right now because we have not re-signed Troy Edmonds. We have not officially signed a Tyrann Mathieu or any other guy. So I do like Karl Joseph. I mean, he was a guy we were high on when we picked him up. Was it a year ago?
I think it was before the season started. He got cut.
Put him on the practice squad situation and things like that. He's a guy that we know has high pedigree. When he's healthy, he's a really, really good player, physical player, good ball skills as well. Problem is he hasn't been as healthy, but I do like the fact that if you're giving him a full all season and if he can get his body where it needs to be, that's a legitimate player. That's somebody that I think could help this team out a lot. And you already know he has a familiarity with our current defensive coordinator, Terrell Austin, since he's been here with him. So I do like that a lot. And because from what I've seen, it's a 1-year deal, so the money is not going to be anything crazy. It's probably going to be the veteran minimum. And for him, yes, maybe $1 million or might be a little bit under $1 million, might be in the 800,000 range and stuff like that. So very cost friendly and things like that. But I definitely like it though, man. I definitely like it a lot.
Doesn't hurt us.
No.
How do you feel with him right now if we keep the roster as is?
if he's
what
healthy,
type of rule?
if he's healthy,
Could he fit with Minka as the main two safeties?
Yeah, if he's healthy. But that's the big question mark with Karl is he going to be healthy? If he's going to be healthy, he's fine. You can make that work. He's a physical player. He'll be in the box if he needs to, but he can also give you some help in terms of coverage. Like, Karl's a really good player. He was, drafted into first round for a reason. Problem was he just couldn't stay healthy. But when he's healthy, he flashes. He looks good. He plays physical.
He was doing some of that Moats stuff too, like nickel corner at times.
He's versatile, man. So it's like, if he's good to go, I'm fine with him. That doesn't make me not draft a guy though.
Right.
I still want to get another higher end, younger piece in there, because what happens if he goes down or if Minka goes down? Now we're looking at Karl Joseph and Trey Norwood. We're looking at Karl Joseph and Killebrew. It's like, that doesn't sit well with me. I want to have at least another higher end player in that conversation just in case, especially knowing that one guy has injury history. And that's just kind of like how I view it. But I do think Karl, man, he's a consistent player when he's healthy. That's the big question mark. When he's healthy.
The Miller and Joseph signings are interesting to me. Not from the Steelers standpoint, because I think those are no-brainers. You got kind of these like high upside dudes. Maybe they could break out for you, but you're not paying them much at all. But for them to come back after how last year played out, do they have some type of inside source that maybe they're going to get more playing time or have a role this season?
Or maybe they just...
Because Miller, had one catch. Joseph played like 17 snaps the whole season.
But both of those guys could be saying to themselves, it's a lot harder to beat a guy out during the season because that player in front of you has to play terrible or has to get hurt. And if that doesn't happen, you're not getting those opportunities. Whereas now, it's a clean slate. Now, you got the whole offseason to make a move. Big time difference. You're not learning something in a 2-week span trying to beat this guy who's been here since the spring. It's just different. So for them, they might be saying, man, I feel like now that I know this playbook, now I'll also see if you're Anthony Miller, who's left, Juju gone, Ray McLeod gone, you might be looking like, yo, I feel good about me. And depending on where we draft this rookie at, shoot, I like me over a rookie.
Right now, I would be fine with him being the fourth guy.
Right. And then if you're Karl Joseph, you're looking at saying similar things. Okay, I knew they had Edmonds and Minka. And we know Minka's not coming off the field. Edmonds a first-round draft pick here. They're going to ride with that first-round pick. But if one of those guys get hurt, I could be that next guy. Okay, neither got hurt, but I got the chance to spend all year learning the system. I understand what I got going on. I know my market isn't going to be crazy because I haven't had any new tape in the past year to 2 years. So I stay here. Well, hey, let's see. Are they bringing Edmonds back? So far, so good. They haven't brought him back yet. It opens the door for me. If they bring in a honey badger, that situation is a little bit different. But now you go back to relying on if somebody gets hurt, you're going to be that next guy. And as a coaching staff, you feel a lot more comfortable, too, with the guy that's been here throughout the whole offseason versus when you get this guy right before the season starts or in the season. And you're like, yeah, you're on the practice squad, and that's cool. You're in meetings. You're practicing, but practice squad in season is night and day from you getting a legitimate chance during OTAs, mini camp, training camp, preseason. And it's a certain comfort level that goes with that. So that's why if you're Karl, I'm like, yeah, I can see it making a lot of sense to come back. And the same with Anthony Miller. And if you're Karl too, you went to West Virginia, so you got to feel like, man, maybe some of that good luck from when I was balling there up the road is going to help me out while I'm here, Yeah, go Ears. Ain't that what you say?
No. No.
Country Roads?
Definitely not.
We ain't singing Country Roads?
I told you our band plays that.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
We do Sweet Caroline, though, too.
But what's better, though? People go crazy probably over Country Roads, though, huh?
We haven't played it enough, though. It's weird. Yeah. I don't know why, because it's such a simple song. We haven't practiced it enough. I think we've only played it once in the last year.
It's such a dope
I can't remember
song,
what the
though.
crowd was doing.
It's such a dope song. You don't even have to know what you're playing.
Honestly, no. You know what I mean? I don't think we've played it out. We've randomly practices. We got it on our list. I don't think we've played it out, at least since I've been with the band. It's been like 2 years.
Me and Wifey have been out, and I've seen Sweet Caroline played, and I've seen Country Roads played. All I can say is Country Roads got the people going. Okay. I started looking around like, bro, what is happening here? Where am I? Am I in Pittsburgh? Am I in West Virginia? I was not sure for a second. That's all. Okay.
It does get the people going.
It does. I don't know why. It does, though.
Such a simple song.
Yeah. It's slow. It's like, oh, all right. Not too wordy.
Such a simple song. Yeah. What about Joseph versus Mollett versus Norwood? You think that's a legit competition there?
Only if Joseph isn't healthy. I think that Joseph is the better athlete of all those guys. I think Milet is a...
Oh, so he could... All right, say we sign Edmonds, we sign Mathieu. You think Joseph has a chance to really carve out a role this year? 30, 40% of snaps.
I legitimately think he could. I don't think that would take Milet off the field, because we saw even how last year we used Milet in certain situations and we would use Norwood in certain situations.
Yeah, it was weird. One of them would get like half the snaps in one game, then we wouldn't see either one of them the next couple games, but the other one's getting more time. It was weird.
So I don't think that this would be any different. I think it would be more so we know Milet. I think that Milet is, even though Karl is a better athlete and I think Karl is a better player, I think Milet plays with more like toughness and edginess to him. So that helps in some of the run support stuff. But I think Karl, like I said, across the board, I just like him as a player, and I like his size a little bit more. Also, you could just do a little bit more with him, but I don't think that means you don't put Milet out there at all. But if anything, it just adds to what you can do. It just adds to how you can use those guys. It adds to how you can specialize. Okay, this guy, I want you in these type of situations. All right, Karl, I want you in these type of situations. You also know that Milet's still going to give you special teams. I don't think Karl is giving too much special teams right now. So that's the other part where it's like, oh, that kind of factors in when you're talking about that class of guys right now, and especially where they're paid at on this roster.
Okay, got you. Yeah, good signing.
Yeah, I like it though, man.
I think all these signings this offseason have been good, really. Yeah. I mean, we're talking about these ones that are really no risk for the Steelers. Mm-hmm. High reward, somewhat high reward at least, with like Anthony Miller, Karl Joseph, and like Jennard Avery. I'm sorry. Yep. Man, that name, like, where?
I don't know, bro. I just left it alone.
Jennard.
Every time we were talking about it on the other show, I had to look at the screen to make sure I was saying it right, because I wanted to say Jennard, and I was like, no, it's not Jennard, it's Jennard. I'm butchering it.
Gerard. No, I thought it was Gerard.
It's Gerard. It's Jennard.
It's Jennard.
But I wanted to say
I've never heard that name before.
It's Jennard. Yes. Yep. That's what I was like, Avery. But then every time I say Avery, I think of Avery Williamson. From 2 years ago. So I was like, oh, nope, it's not him. Nope. All right, we're good.
Like, what's been our bad signing this offseason? I don't think we have
no comment.
Who are you saying? Trubisky?
No comment.
That was the most questionable one. I will give you that, because that was our first signing. That was the most questionable one. But I think we have the plan afterwards that makes that signing look better.
I'm with you on that. For me, like I said, I just didn't like the Mitch move. I thought that it was better options. That's all. And I felt like we kind of settled on it. Yeah, Jameis, or even going the other extreme of doing the Watson thing. I said either one of those I would have been fine with. I thought Jameis would be less risky in terms of suspension and probably cost less, but you know that he's not as good or proven as a Deshaun Watson. Whereas we know what Deshaun is, but we knew you would have to give up a lot more to get him. Like I said, the Cleveland money, the contract, I do think that was solely a byproduct of how they handled Baker Mayfield, and knowing that, hey, now we do not have another option. We have to do whatever it takes to get this guy. So that's why I don't look at it and say, oh, I wouldn't want to have done it because of the contract, because that wasn't in play when we were talking about him. That was the byproduct of how they handled the situation. But he would have been, like I said, my other option. So
it seemed like he wanted to go to Pittsburgh.
Right, so it's reports? Like when you go from those two caliber players to now we're talking about Mitch, and then all of a sudden we're gonna talk ourselves into Mitch being this elite guy, when we were just trying to talk, well, not we, you were trying to talk me into Mason being that same caliber guy. It was just kind of like,
could be.
Yeah, you see, it's a lot of speculation. That's all. And it was like, man, how you were just super speculative about this guy. Now we're going to this guy. And I'm like, these two dudes aren't far from being the exact same player. How do we get this optimism around them? That's why, for me, I just wasn't a fan of that signing. But
we've made good moves afterwards.
Yeah, and I agree. I love the moves we've made afterwards.
To make that move make sense, I think.
I said I love the moves afterwards. I still don't think it makes sense, especially when we talk about if they draft a quarterback at 20, how does that move make sense to me? You see what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. But yeah.
Depends on how they feel about Mitch. Maybe they think he's better than Mason right now, or they think with this competition, best man wins out.
That's cool.
Things get a little more clear. We could win with these guys if we build the team around it, if we have this top defense.
And you couldn't do that with Mason?
You could have.
Even Haskins? I mean, we're taking flyers on former first rounders. Like,
Mitch is more proven than those guys, as weird as it sounds.
No, he is. I would agree with you. He is more proven than both of those guys. But I don't feel like he is just a better player than both of those guys in a situation where all the variables are the same. And right now, with all the variables being the same, that's why I don't know 100% that he's going to beat these guys out.
We'll see who steps up.
That's the part, but it's like, it's crazy to say that we got to see who steps up between these guys. Whereas when we're talking about like the successor, it was like, man, I wanted a guy that was going to be established.
Here's what I'll say. Because right now, Trubisky has the upper hand going in, right?
Yeah, he does.
If Mason beats him out, like definitively this offseason, aren't you thinking a little higher about him going into the regular season?
No,
I feel like he would have to definitively beat out Mitch then. It's like, bro, all right, he balled out. He's showing he could do something.
I just think Mason's a good player, but I don't think that,
maybe that's what the Steelers
between
were
either
looking
one
for.
of the guys. I don't think either one of these guys winning this job is going to make me change my opinion on either one of them. I think they're both good players. I just don't think that they're going to ever cross over into that top, not even top 5 category, just even top 15 category. I just don't see that right now. And if it happens, great for the organization, more importantly, but everything I've seen from them does not scream that. So that's why for me, I just don't get as excited about it. And whoever wins it is kind of like,
I mean, Haskins beats them out.
right,
Come on, you got to be pumped.
But we already expect Haskins to be a good player. We think Haskins has the tools. We said that Haskins has to clean certain things up when we saw him doing it in a small sample size. But it wouldn't surprise me if Haskins beat him out because Haskins is a top 15 pick as well. Haskins has the elite arm talent. We know what he possesses. But we could say the same things about Mason to an extent, similar things about Mitch to an extent. That's all. I think like they all have certain things that make their game good, that make them intriguing. But if you're asking me, would they move my needle and make me more excited because they won the job versus this guy and that guy? I'm like, nah, because it could be you just won it because that guy was just playing terrible.
Well, we'll see in preseason.
Right.
Are you going to be down at camp? Are you going to be scouting?
See, honestly, I'm trying to not be down at camp, especially since they're going back to Latrobe. I don't do Latrobe, bro. Like it's nothing against Latrobe. It's just I had too many training camps there, so it's PTSD for me. I get triggered as soon as I start driving out there and I start seeing, oh, is this Greenberg? Oh, is this? Nah. So I don't have a lot of that in me. That's all. Okay, I don't have, but you should be out there, man. Man, that might be a vibe for
There's
you,
been
bro.
some people in the chat I've seen before talking about maybe can we do a live show potentially out there, huh? You just don't want to be out there at all?
I'm not a Latrobe dude, bro. I am so not a Latrobe dude.
All right, I'll give you a big Deke news report out there.
Yeah, that might be the vibe, bro. Yeah, I'm already thinking about this with the radio show.
You got to get me on the sidelines though. I need to do an interview with Tomlin.
I was gonna say because even with the radio show, you're like, oh yeah. Last year we covered them all live. I was like, last year was at Heinz Field, buddy. It's different. I don't mind driving
You were giving us
downtown
those
to
inside
Heinz.
scoops.
Yeah.
You're like, Fryermoose
But
looking
it's like
different.
I don't mind driving to Heinz Field. I'm not, bro. Think about that drive every day, man. Or how many
This
practices?
is an hour, 45
At
minutes.
least, yeah. And then, but time they practice, I'm in the heart of traffic, going and coming back.
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, why would I want to do?
You're not trying to live life like that.
Not at all. For what? I'm retired. But I think you could be the man out there, though, man.
Just one time. I'm with you though. I don't want to be there every day. I'm 100% with you.
I'm just like, bro, I don't have that in me, man. I just want to be fully transparent with you guys now.
We got podcasts to record, and I also got golf to play.
Yeah, I just like I do not want to be burning up the road like, bro. And you see gas. I know Biden said he gonna lower the prices by releasing all these barrels, and that's dope. But bro, man, I just spent $100 for it on my tank the other day. I'm like, bro, I'm not complaining.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I don't want to have to do that multiple times throughout the week because I'm driving back and forth to Latrobe. Like, I'm cool on that, baby.
Yeah, yesterday my tank was at E.
Yeah.
$30 got me halfway.
Yeah, see?
So it'd have been
cool on
60
that,
for a
bro.
full tank for me.
I'm cool on that, baby. I'm cool on that. I do. My therapist told me to talk about my triggers. Latrobe is a trigger. Okay? It's a trigger for me. And I don't feel guilty because when we got a chance, when we talked to Jack Ham and we did the interview with him,
Yeah.
he also told me that he doesn't like to go back to Latrobe either.
Oh, one of the greats.
Yes. He said, I spent so much time there in training camp playing. I don't need to go back out there. I was like, you know what? If you do, I'm with you, Jack, because we boys, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, if he ain't going back, I ain't going back either, man. I'm holler at y'all.
All right, you want me to read some of these chats?
Yes, and then we'll get to this next thing.
Derek Nelson. Again.
Shout out to Derek. Let's get it.
He gives an explanation, though. He says, LOL, I don't drink anymore or go out, guys. Good
Shout
for you.
out.
I got 4 kids, and I have my CDL, so I can
let's go.
take feed from feed mill to farms so they get fed, so everyone still has food. LOL.
Absolutely.
Plus, just showing love for you guys.
Nah, Derek, we greatly appreciate you. And shout out to you, man, on that dad life, man. Got the 4 littles, man. I like that. And man, that CDLs. I mean, you on that road, baby. Get the bit was honk. I like that, man. Salute you though, baby. And I said, man, as long as you're doing something that you love, man, or something that pays the bills and it doesn't, make you have to work too hard, baby, we are all for it, man. We greatly appreciate you though, man. Glad you are here.
Farron Bradford, what do y'all think the odds are we draft a safety in the first round? Depends on if we sign Edmonds or Mathieu.
Yeah.
That's really it. If we don't, honestly, I think it's high. First round.
I don't think we go
second
first
or third.
Round. Yeah, second or third, just based on the prospects too. I think second or third,
unless Hamilton falls, maybe.
Yeah, but you think that's happening? I know.
Dropped down to 10, right?
The one time, yeah, but
Bucky Brooks.
Yeah, I'm like, is 10 that big of a?
Hey, if we traded up for Bush, do we trade up for Hamilton? Like, is Hamilton? How do you feel about Hamilton versus Michael Parsons last year?
That's dope. I get it, but I don't know. Maybe I'm scarred. Maybe I don't.
Trading up to 10.
Maybe I don't want to do that.
This is the exact same scenario. We were picking at 20.
Yeah, I know.
20 to 10.
I don't. I would much rather just sit at 20 before I trade up to 10. I think 10 is gonna cost a lot. Or not. I mean, because I think we was a second and a third, right?
Second and a third. Yeah, you swap your first.
Yeah, I personally don't want to. I think you could sit at 20 and still get a dope player that's gonna come in and start for you and be here for the next couple of years and still be crazy impactful. And knowing that we already have Minkah, I don't feel like I have to get another guy that's as elite as Minkah or the potential to be as elite as Minkah. That's all. I just don't want to trade up, man.
Tony Daniel. Trade Bush, Claypool, and Deontay Johnson for a mountain of picks.
I like it, but I don't like the fact you throw Claypool in there as well. Because now you got a hard reset at receiver. And hard reset at receiver with young quarterback or guys trying to prove themselves is a recipe for not being good in that vein. So I would want to keep one of those guys just so that way it's a little bit proven. Oh, man. He said throw Bush in there too, man. Because it's the argument, right? You got to trade them when their stock is high because you got Deontay who has the high stock. You got Bush who has the low stock. So, yeah.
Bush, we were talking about this. You think he'd get third, fourth rounder? The thing with him, whenever I was talking about it a month ago, was really just clearing up the cap space so you can maybe sign a Bobby Wagner, Devondre Campbell. But right now, those guys are gone. Yeah. I don't know. Is there anyone out that's appealing in terms of middle linebackers that you'd feel so good about, like trading Bush just to bring him in?
Who's the linebacker I was just thinking about? It's not Kendricks.
That was it. The Vikings cut him. I guess they haven't cut him yet.
Yeah, they have not cut him. And then, who's the other guy I literally just saw? Let me check. Hold on, bro. It was another LB that I was just thinking about.
All right. Well, I'll read one of these super chats while you're looking.
Yeah, let me. Cause I'm trying to think of his name. I cannot remember off the top of my head right now.
Terrence, Mr. Good Credit Nixon.
Mr. Good Credit. Shout out to the good credit, baby.
Mitch is going to be the next Tannehill. Not the best QB, but the best plug-in QB with all these weapons around him. But Baker would be a dope choice. Throws in the 100 emoji. Yeah, I think Mitch could do the Tannehill thing. The problem is whenever you got to pay Mitch then. Yeah. If Mitch proves to me that his ceiling is Tannehill.
Tannehill got paid too, bro.
I don't feel the best about that.
The two linebackers, it was Dante Hightower and Anthony Barr. That was the other guy.
Oh.
Yeah, he was the other guy that was available.
I don't think you have to trade Bush to bring them in, do you?
I don't think so.
Do you still bring them in right now as we sit? Like you would do that with, it'd be Hightower then, or Jack, Bush.
I personally, like I said, I was fine rolling with Devin Bush, Miles Jack, and then drafting a linebacker. Like, I'm cool with that. I don't feel like you need to go out there and spend more on one of these guys right now.
Hightower makes sense with Flores, though, huh?
Yeah.
As like a safety valve.
Yeah. And then
where's he at this point in his career? Does he want to take a lesser role?
I don't know.
Because you can maybe see them starting with Miles Jack and Bush and Hightower getting in there here and there. If Bush falls flat, then, yeah, you could start Hightower the rest of the way. But if Bush keeps playing good, Is he good with like being like Melvin Ingram for us last year, or like doing a Vince Williams type of role?
Yeah, and then I think another name that got brought up was what was the cat that was? Oh my goodness, I just saw Rod Dahl. I think he said Reuben Foster. He was another guy. I mean, with Reuben, I mean, he just between injuries and then he obviously had like the allegations, but all that had got clear from what I had seen and everything like that. He's another interesting name, but it's weird because I like Anthony Barr better as a player, but I don't think he fits what we would be wanting him to do here. You know what I mean? In terms of like being that type of inside, I think he needs to be covered up in that 4-3 where he can just be a free player. And like I said, our defense, we don't run it like that. So that's the only thing with Barr that kind of makes it not really fit. Hightower I like, but once again, it's like Hightower slows your defense down because he's not a fast player. And I mean, we see how the NFL is going now where everything's getting spread out. And if you got a liability out there, it's like, man, it's going to pop up in a big way in some aspects. So that's something I don't like about him per se, but if he is open to it, where you can use him and Devin Bush in some type of, all right, we like Devin on these type of downs, these type of scenarios. We like Hightower on these type of downs, these type of scenarios. And if Hightower is open to that, then yeah, I think you definitely would do that because he does solidify at least one element. You know what I mean? You're going to get that physical presence. You're going to get a true leader too. Like he's an alpha, no different than Miles Jack in terms of coming in and commanding respect, talking, communicating, and he comes from high pedigree, right? Being in New England. So that would make a lot of sense to me as well. But it would just depend on what the money is talking about.
Money, and what he's willing to do.
Yeah, but Anthony Barr, that's the one I really like. I just don't think he fits us. That's my only issue, but I like him a lot, man.
Yeah. And yeah, I just read off Terrence's comment. I think we're good. I think we're caught up.
All right. Let's get to this next part. Should be the final one before we... Oh, no, we got two more things. So let's talk a little Honey Badger. And what we'll do, because it's about 10 o'clock right now.
Okay.
We'll split 20 minutes for these last two.
What's our last one?
Cool. We got Honey Badger right here and then with the free agent running backs.
Oh, nice.
And then after that, you know what I'm saying, we want to hit them lines a little bit, man.
Sure.
Yeah, dig? So we'll try to do this in about 20 minutes. That way we got time to, give the people what they need as well on the back end.
Works for me. So, Honey Badger.
Mm-hmm.
There's new reports coming out where
his phone was ringing, man.
Yeah, initially it was looking like just 3-4 days ago.
Yeah.
I was saying rest in peace to the Minkah Fitzpatrick, Tyrann Mathieu duo that we've all been hoping for. And then 2 days after that, Tyrann Mathieu's on a podcast, the Jordy Culotta Show, where he references a conversation he had with Steelers coach Mike Tomlin. I'll read the quote real quick. He says, "Just being able to have this time with family, it's cool," Mathieu said. "But I still try to enjoy the process. I'm still cool talking to all coaches, the different coaches, because some of these guys I'm fans of." Mike Tomlin calling your phone. He's like, "Hey, this is Mike T."
It is pretty dope.
Just being able to talk to these guys, it's a blessing.
Yeah.
So Tomlin already made the call to Miles Jack.
Mm-hmm.
He's this closer salesman now. He's taking on a new role.
Seriously, dude. Like, I like it, man. And it does feel different when you have certain coaches like Mike Tomlin call your phone. Like, I'll never forget the first time he hit my line. I'm like, huh? This is who? What? You said you want me? It just feel a little good. So I can understand the Honey Badger, man, feeling like that. And Coach T, man, he know how to talk. He talk that talk. He can sell it to you now. You feel me?
Oh, yeah.
I think for the Honey Badger, though, man, it's just one of them things where he's just weighing his options. Not just for fit, but finance. And then also, I'm sure location matters to him to an extent. So he does have some time with this thing. But as we can see right now with Bobby Wagner getting paid what he got paid to go to the Rams, it's not like guys still aren't getting paid big money, because that was kind of the new perception. Oh, man, the big money is out the window now. Nobody's getting paid to that extent. Everybody has to take less. Bobby Wagner just kind of threw that whole argument away for what he just did to go out to L.A. So if you're the Honey Badger, you might be saying the same thing. Like, bro, I don't have to come down on my number. I think I can still get this. And if you have one or two teams that are interested in paying you in that ballpark, well, now you got a legitimate leg to stand on. So it could be more so when you're talking to Coach T. It's like, yo, I love what you're telling me. I love the opportunity and the fit, but this is the number that I want. And depending on how different they are, that could be a sticking point. Like I said, I don't know, because we haven't heard all of that officially just yet. But typically with established players like the Honey Badger and like some of these other big name guys that we still see available on the market, they don't have to settle for crumbs. And I don't think that Tyrann wants to. And he shouldn't have to. I mean, he's an established player. We know what he does. We know what he brings, as soon as he signs on to a team. And so for him, man, it could just simply be that. Like, yo, I love all the attention. I'm loving everybody recruiting me, but what these dollars talking about?
How much are you comfortable paying him?
Because he got what? Was it 4? How much did he get last year? 14 or 13?
Yeah,
I think it was double digits.
It was around there, and then it's still even saying his market value is around $14.8 million.
Man, dude,
that feels a little high.
Yeah, but you got. I mean, he's a Super Bowl champ. We know he's what three-time All-Pro, I think. 3-time
Two or
All-Pro.
three.
Yeah, 2 or 3-time All-Pro. We know he's a ball magnet. I mean, he generates turnovers, whether it's interceptions, forced fumbles. He's going to be the leader in the back end of your defense. And we've seen him do it in multiple stops. AZ, Houston, Kansas City. It's like, man, this dude, wherever he goes, he balls out.
Yeah, think of the leaders on the defense. If we
everywhere he goes, he balls out, man.
Him, Hayward, and you talked about Miles Jack. I didn't really.
Yeah.
He was like a good leader for Jacksonville,
man.
like that.
Absolutely, he's a leader, bro.
So yeah, that'd be pretty dope, man.
Like,
Minka's starting to build into that role too.
Trust me, man. Your defense is like legit as heck, though. If you bring him in, like you said, on and off the field, because you have guys that are going to study a certain way. When we talk about, hey, you watch the tape and this guy looks like he's not really studying to that extent, that's not happening with those caliber guys around because their standard won't allow it. They call those type of guys out in practice. They call those type of guys out in film session in front of everyone. And I've seen it. You know what I mean? Some people get uncomfortable with that. But when you got leaders, when you got guys that say this is our standard, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? And it's like you either get with it or you get lost. Right now, we haven't really had those type of vocal leaders right now. With this group that we bringing in, it's like, yeah, them
raising
dudes.
the bar. I mean, Flores.
I was about to say, them dudes, yeah, they not going for that. They're not going for a guy not being prepared. They're not going for a guy not playing with great effort. They're not going for that type of stuff, bro. You keep making the same mistakes over and over. They're like, nah, we're trying to win a Super Bowl, and you're costing us. It's not happening. I like it.
Yeah.
If that happens, I like it a lot. But in terms of what I would pay him,
14.
14. I don't want to pay him 14. I don't.
I don't either. Would you do it? What if he said, you got to give me 14?
Can I get you for 12 and a half at a Pimani sandwich? And a weekly feature on the Arthur Experience with Deke podcast.
Tyrann Tuesdays.
Tyrann Tuesdays. What's up? What's up?
Someone threw this hypothetical at me. What if he said, all right, I'll take the 12, but I have to wear 7?
Ooh.
College number.
How you feeling?
Tyrann, you might have to go sign with the Cowboys.
Wow.
He'd have to get Ben's blessing.
Wow.
If he got Ben's blessing, and it's only for his contract, and that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's tough. I don't know if I could do it. He might have to go sign with another team. That's where I'm leaning. That number cannot be worn again in a Steeler uniform. And we talked about having a retirement, or not a retirement ceremony, jersey hanging. But what the hell do you call those?
What you mean?
Do you call it retiring jersey? What is it?
Retire your number.
Retiring jersey.
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah.
I'll keep it simple there. A whole retirement.
Don't overthink it, man. Yeah.
A whole retirement jersey thing for Ben. And we were like, oh, man, what about Bradshaw? You do it for both, but, I mean, that needs to happen. 7 should not be worn by another Steeler.
Yeah.
It should not be.
Okay.
I told you. If Ben gives his blessing, he's like, listen, this is the only time I still can't. I can't do it. I don't think we can do it. We can't do it. He has to go sign somewhere else. Let's bring back Edmonds.
I just love it, bro. I love when I get to see you just conflicted over
It's
7.
conflicted because I know, like, Mathieu would improve
he
the
would
team.
make our team better, but not with that number. No. I would much rather our team suck than you have to put on 7. I get it, bro. I get it.
No, I'm thinking business. We could bring in Edmonds on a cheaper contract, and then we could sign, like, Hightower or something.
The Pittsburgh Roethlisbergers. I got it. We know your team. Okay? Jeez. They said they going to put Baker in the 7.
Oh, hell no.
We would protest that.
Oh, yeah. I'd protest pretty much anyone wearing it, like I said. Unless he comes out and says, like, all right, it's cool. I still don't know if I'd be cool with it, though. I still don't know.
All right.
That jersey needs to be retired.
I get it, man. I get it.
Not one Steeler wearing that.
I would just want to see your face the first show, the moment it's announced. Honey Badger 7. It's like Deke, take the floor. Oh man.
Yeah, I'd obviously be pumped we got Honey Badger. That wouldn't sit right though.
Yeah, all good. It's all good, man. It is all good.
Well, anything else with Honey Badger? It does seem like, I mean, he made that comment about Tomlin calling him.
Yeah.
And just chopping it up and that being like impactful and stuff.
Right.
That could have been weeks ago. We don't know. But it does seem like other reports are like Steelers are making a really big push as of late to get Mathieu. Like, saw the one headline on McAfee, Steelers all or nothing on Mathieu. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting, man. And I feel like that's just another reason why Edmonds isn't signed yet. We're just waiting on Honey Badger.
Yeah. So we'll
it's the Honey Badger watch.
Yeah, man. We'll definitely see how this thing goes, though, man. I like it. All right, where were we? Did we stop at? Was it Farron Bradford? No. We did not.
Let me check.
We should be on Farron right now. We'll get him and then go to this to the final topic, man, before we open these lines up, baby.
We need to stop playing around and sign Marlon Mack as RB2. Good transition. But if we don't, I'm all for giving Darius Geis. Is it Geis or Guy? I can't remember.
Geis, yeah.
A second chance. Loved him at LSU.
Well, yeah, man. Shout out to you, Farron, man. You just transitioned perfectly into our next topic. And might I add, before we address this next topic and fully get to your question, we do have the promo code. I forgot to mention that earlier on. Promo code for all of the merchandise for the podcast channel right here, man. Use the promo code Moats. You get 15% off for all your purchases up until Sunday. I believe it is Sunday, like midnight. All right. So you got time for that. But any of the merchandise you see on the website, man, with the hats, the shirts, coffee mugs, etc. All right. Use the promo code Moats all weekend, man. You get 15% off of that just because we back in the saddle and we was missing y'all and your yins. Let me get my Pittsburgh going. We was missing yins. All right.
What's funny is I never use that word.
Bro, I feel like I don't rent to unless I rent like OG Pittsburgh people. Like,
I'd say my generation, not as popular. My mom says it.
Yeah, it was like the OG because I think of even with Banger. Remember with John doing the he's he's heavy with it. Yeah, but
I think I think it started to get cut off around my age group.
Yeah,
I don't really say it.
Dang, man, y'all dropped the ball, bro. Y'all had something cool going on. Y'all don't even say it, man.
Seriously.
Fake fan.
People do say I got like a Pittsburgh accent, though.
You fake Pittsburgh then, huh?
Well, I've been told I've gotten a Southern accent before.
Southern accent?
Yeah, they're like, you from Texas. This was bad. I don't know. Maybe I lost it a little bit.
Okay.
But I've been told that before.
Were you
like,
sober when you were
South?
told that or not? Because I know when you get them claws and you morph a little bit, man.
I think I was.
So I think I might have been on them claws. Yeah, them claws take you to a whole other level, man. I like it though, bro. I'm a big supporter of White Claw Deke.
Oh yeah.
But in terms of signing Marlon Mack as a potential RB2, I love that. Marlon, man, been a fan of him since he's been in Indy. What he's been doing out there when he was healthy, he was nice. Catch out the backfield, can run between the tackles, good speed, good size, more importantly. It was just that, they happened to draft a guy by the name of Jonathan Taylor, who happened to be even better. That happens. Darius Geis, I get giving him a second chance. This is why he's talking about a second chance. He got a domestic. Yeah. That's why he, because he got hurt one year. He tore the ACL. That's when they brought in Adrian Peterson. Then after that, he had the domestic joint, if I remember correctly.
Wasn't it? There were some allegations with LSU too.
Yeah,
I don't know what's exactly all clear with this
he's
situation.
A dope player, but that's been the biggest reason why I have not said anything about Darius Geis and why Ruben. It took me a minute to even say anything about him until all his stuff started to get clear because I am not into that domestic stuff. You know what I mean? Especially when it's like, yeah. You're talking about criminal stuff, you know what I mean? Like, because with the Watson thing, we said we had to wait to see if he get cleared. 2 grand juries now have said that they're not indicting him on criminal charges. That to me is big difference. With Darius, it was kind of like, bro, I don't know. I got to look at that a little bit more, baby. Yeah, because I ain't feeling that too much. What you seeing on your end, though, man?
Yeah, I'm just checking. I just wanted to double check. It says Geis this is on Sports Illustrated, so probably a credible source. Geis was charged last year in Loudoun County with 3 counts of assault
That's,
and battery and 1 count of destruction of property. Charges resulted in the release of the former LSU star.
Yeah.
I guess that was from Washington. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we know he had the LSU thing that came out afterwards, right? With
Yeah.
another like female down there. I ain't gonna lie, that don't make me feel too comfortable.
No. Yeah.
Say I'm cool on that. Especially if it's still going on. And that's the thing. It's like it has not been clear. He hasn't been cleared yet. And that's a very big difference. And that's why we were very clear when we talked about Deshaun Watson this whole all season. It was like, we're not even thinking about Watson if this stuff is still occurring. If this stuff is going to be brought up on a criminal perspective. But once that got thrown out the window, now you're talking about civil. That's more so he say, she say. Totally different to me. But that right there, I'm like, you still got to get that cleared up, big fella. All right. So, yeah.
But there are some other big names available.
Oh, no, definitely.
Like Marlon Mack's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And we had this set up for the topic.
Yeah.
Who should we be looking at as backup running back? Because there is still some names out there.
I mean, you got Melvin Gordon. He's available. I like him. What's the cat from Chicago?
Tariq Cohen.
Yeah, he's still available. There's a couple other names I'm thinking
I'll
about.
list them off.
Yeah.
David Johnson, Jalen Richard,
Mm-hmm.
Philip Lindsay, Devontae Booker, Sony Michel, Carlos Hyde. We already mentioned Marlon Mack. Malcolm Brown, Darrell Williams. I don't know which Williams this was. I have no clue because there were two Darrell Williams. One of them won a Super. One of them did awesome in a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Another one, I think they cut him and then they brought in another Darrell
Yeah.
Williams. I think it's the second one.
Yeah.
Giovanni Bernard, Dwayne Washington, Latavius Murray, Devonta Freeman. Oh wow, that's a name. Peyton Barber, Jerick McKinnon, Alex Collins, Kalen Ballage, our buddy Kalen Ballage out there. Le'Veon Bell.
And you just gonna leave off the most important name of all?
Who?
Adrian Peterson.
Oh.
Come on, man. You been hollering about AP. Come on now. Don't you forget him now. If you gonna throw L Bell, I thought L Bell was trying to box up my man Paul. He was trying. I thought he was still on that kick.
Is Bell's NFL career over?
A strong possibility. Maybe not. Probably though. I don't like how it's looking right now. Yeah.
That's a shame.
What could have been?
Yeah.
But he got paid though. That's all that matters for him, I guess. You know,
Yeah.
it works.
Him and Brown, man. And him and AB.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Sony
I think
Michel,
I'm at the
man.
point right now. See, I'd still bring AB back.
Okay.
I think I'm at the point I'm good on Bell.
Okay.
That had its last run last year for me of
Okay.
bringing in Bell. I think I'm good.
Okay.
Some of these other names, I'd probably prefer. I think they'd be a better 1-2 combo with Najee.
So who you thinking about on this list? Because to me, a couple names to jump off: Melvin Gordon,
Yeah.
Sony Michel, Tariq Cohen, Giovanni Bernard. He's another one I think of. And honestly, Latavius Murray. Looking at what he did in Baltimore last year, I thought that was pretty impressive, man.
Yeah, he's not terrible.
Man, and we're talking about all these guys as a number 2. Even Philip Lindsay as a number 2. Like, I like this if we're talking about them as a number 2. Not as starters. I don't want them as the guy. But if we're using them in concert to spell Najee, I think that all those guys bring in great value. No different than what they did in Tampa when it was Ronald Jones and Fournette. How those guys kind of helped each other out in a sense, man.
So, Marlon Mack, $2.5 million, same market value.
Bro, Marlon Mack for 2.5. Like, why haven't we signed him?
Melvin Gordon at 5. How do you feel about that? A little more proven.
A little more proven.
A little more healthy. Is 5 too much for him though? Because we were talking about
pay 5 for him. That's
Cordell Patterson got what 5?
5,
right?
yeah.
He
And
got
I
a little
think-
over 5.
Yeah, and I
5
like
and a half.
Cordell coming out right now.
Like, why
more
couldn't we
than
do
Melvin.
that?
Yeah. If I can get Melvin at 3.5, I would do that.
Would he be your top pick? You think?
Yeah, he's probably the most established.
Most established.
Because I like
Still
Sony
28.
Michel too, but Sony kind of disappeared last year. I don't know. You know, was it just because he got traded? I don't know what it was, but yeah. And you know, my like Melvin, I like him. I just don't love him, bro. And I know like some people like really.
Oh, I'm with you. I mean, he
like,
never's
he's
done
just such
good
a
against
weird
us,
guy
really.
To me, bro. Like, yeah.
And
You know, he got the
Coming
ball
out of-
security stuff. Like, he's explosive, but he don't play always explosive. Like, it's just, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of his game, like, across the board. I think he's a good player, though. Don't get it twisted. I'm
agree.
not, like talking bad on him. I just, when I think of him, maybe it was the expectations were too high. That could be
yeah,
it,
he was
too.
a beast in college.
Right, because my expectation for him, I thought he was going to come in and be, like, a dog, and it just never really lived up to that. He was still good, but it never went to that level where it was like, oh yeah, he's the man out there. Yeah.
His seasons were weird too because he would have a ton of touchdowns for a couple of them over in San Diego, but then his yards per carry was like 3.8, 3.9.
Yes.
But his overall numbers were good, like his rush yards and receiving yards. It's like, oh man, this guy got a lot of production, but his efficiency was down. It was just they gave him the ball so much.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like with him, it'd be cool to have him, but I do think like a Tariq Cohen or Giovanni Bernard, Philip Lindsay as like
they fit. They
a
complement
speed guy
so
to
well.
Najee, right?
Yeah.
I think that would be intriguing.
They would complement us really well in terms of what they do with Najee. I probably like Tariq the best out that bunch, though.
Dude, what's weird with him?
Yeah.
I didn't really know his story these last couple of years. He had an ACL back in 2020 in week 3. He sat out all of last season from the same like knee injuries. Like I don't know what's going on with him.
Maybe he ain't want to do the Devin Bush because we said that's why Devin played bad, right?
Maybe. I mean,
maybe he was
young.
like, I don't want to be
He's
that
26.
guy. I don't know. Yeah.
Got the Trubisky connection too. Could Trubisky give him the call?
Hey man, the Pittsburgh Bears. That's what we are. The Chicago Steelers.
Oh damn! No, they better not be calling us that out of Chicago. Hell no.
That's Chicago East.
No, they better not be doing that. They better not be doing that.
What about Carlos though? Carlos is another interesting name though.
Hyde.
Yeah.
A little old.
Yeah. But he got to be in that same age group as Giovanni, right?
Yeah.
They same time frame.
Yeah. Over 30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Giovanni's 30.
And they're
Carlos
all
Hyde's 31.
And they're all just in a backup role. Like we're not asking them to come in and be starters. Just come help us out. Do your job.
Hell, I mentioned Kalen Ballage. I wouldn't mind even bringing him back. Really wouldn't.
Yeah.
We just didn't give him the ball. But I feel like if you sign one of these guys, although with Tomlin, you sign LeGarrette Blount, and there's not the best track record that you're going to give the RB2, whoever you sign, a significant role.
No. That scenario was definitely different.
Because D'Angelo, he didn't really have a role
but
outside of when Le'Veon Bell got hurt.
But let me explain to you.
All right.
It was different because when we signed LeGarrette, that's when I signed here as well. L. Bell was not L. Bell then. L. Bell had a nice rookie season, but he was coming off the foot injury, and he was still going through the body transformation. And it just so happened that all season when LeGarrette got in there, all OTAs and training camp, it was a 1-2 punch. It was both of those guys getting the fair share. And it just so happened that L. Bell, when he got to the season, the whole body transformation, he took off and became this elite tier running back, and it was happening before our eyes. But that wasn't what the expectation was. When we came here, we didn't look at L. Bell as like, oh, man, this is going to be the guy. It was like, oh, okay, he looks different. Even my perspective, because I remember playing against him the year before. I'm like, L. Bell was good, but we didn't think he was going to be like what he was that year. And that, to me, was why LeGarrette kind of got upset, because the expectation all season, the expectation in terms of when he signed here was one thing, but it just so happened that L. Bell took off. And then when you talk about D'Angelo coming that following year, D'Angelo was in a situation where he was trying to get on. He was trying to, continue his career. And Coach T talked to him, basically said, man, you lose your way, you could be the backup here. And it worked out because L. Bell obviously was going through some injuries and stuff like that. He had the suspension as well. D'Angelo had those opportunities. But D'Angelo still was confident who he was. He wasn't trying to prove anything. He was already established. LeGarrette was still trying to prove that he could be that guy or continue on being that guy outside of New England. Whereas now, it's already clear Najee is the bona fide guy. Najee first year versus L. Bell first year, to me, are night and day. Because L. Bell, even though he played well his rookie year, it was not to the extent of what Najee did. And that was why when they brought in LeGarrette, it was kind of like, oh, yeah, LeGarrette going to get some touches. He really going to be involved here. Coming into this situation with Najee, you're not taking those reps from him. Najee's the guy. He's already proven that, running the ball and catching the ball. So that's why, for me, I just think that it will be different. Whoever you bring in, they would already know that, look, this is clearly defined. Najee is the guy. There isn't a competition. There's not going to be a 50-50 split. It's not even going to be 60-40 split because Najee's already proven that. Whereas with L. Bell at that time, even though he was a good player, he hadn't proved that he was going to be doing it to that extent. It just so happened that, like I said, it worked out like that where he changed the body up and boom, it took off for him.
So maybe that's why we're not that eager to sign any of these guys right now. Because we view Najee as that. It's like, all right, we could have anyone as the backup. They're just going to get like 5 or 6 carries.
Because think about once L. Bell crossed over to that vein, we weren't ever worried about who was the backup running back. Even when it was D'Angelo, and then when it wasn't D'Angelo, it was like, we don't care. We got L. Bell. We know exactly what he is. Then you bring in James Conner in the 3rd round. So it was like, all right, cool. We got the feel-good story, the pit player. Everything made sense, but it was like, we got L. Bell. Anything else is icing on the cake. And that's how I think we're viewing this situation with Najee. It's like whoever they bring in is just extra. But we've already seen Najee be a 400-plus touch guy. So I don't think that, like I said, those are going to be the same in that vein.
Hey, did you see that PFF comment?
I did. And this is why we don't like PFF. It was like, yo, what are you talking about, bro?
It said,
it's the worst first-round pick all last season. I'm like, are you stupid or are you just dumb?
I listened to that portion of the conversation, and apparently he thought it was the worst pick last year. So he probably has some confirmation bias there. Mm-hmm. It's more based off just running back, him thinking they don't have value.
Yeah.
I don't like that, though.
When
a dude can play, they can play, because first-round picks are throwing darts at a dartboard. I get running back as a position is probably not as valuable as most of the other ones. But to have a good running back, that's still valuable. That is
valuable. Absolutely.
I'd rather have a good running back than a waste of a pick.
I would agree 100%,
and
bro.
just draft a dude that's a bust.
I would agree 100%. Just for the sake of it not being a running back. Like, yeah.
Because now, if we didn't draft Najee, we're in the position where we're like, all right, who's our starter? Who should we be drafting, or who should we be signing? And, like, if we sign Fournette or if we re-sign Connor somehow, like, those dudes are getting paid more than Najee, and I don't really
know
if they're better than Najee.
Yeah.
So I think, if anything, the Steelers are looking pretty good right now, because there's that, and also...
Even Chase Edmonds got paid to go to Miami, and I think
that was ridiculous.
Najee's a better player than him right now.
But, like, if we didn't sign one of those dudes, we'd be looking at drafting. I don't think any of these guys can hold a candle to Najee Harris right now.
I would agree, man.
I think it was a pretty good pick, especially for the other guys. Like, all right, who we draft? Are we drafting Tevin Jenkins? Because we were talking about offensive line.
Right.
A lot of the good guys already went.
I would agree. And Tevin got hurt. We obviously know Etienne, he's hurt, so we never got a chance to see him. The cat from UNC, Williams, he went out to Denver.
He
played well. Yeah, he played well. But he still went was the first pick of the second round?
Yeah,
so
you would have had to draft him, or we'd draft him anyway.
So it wasn't as if you were gonna get some great value by waiting to take one of those guys. Like, I just don't agree with the whole, you don't take running. It's like, I get why you don't take them, but if Najee is playing the way that he played that first year, it's like, that's why you take that guy. Now, you know that it's going to be a short-term thing. You know, you probably get 4, maybe 5 years out of it.
I think that was part of his argument. He's like, man, for the long-term basis. But I was saying re-signing Najee is a different conversation of whether or not he was a good draft pick.
Right, I would agree with that, yeah.
You got 4 good years out of Najee. Maybe that's all the Steelers were looking for.
Yeah.
On a rookie contract, and Najee was putting up top 5 production.
Yeah.
Then the question becomes, do you re-sign Najee or not? That's a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
Whether or not he's a good pick. Because that's stupid. That's like saying Le'Veon Bell's a bad pick then, because he didn't stick around.
Right.
He only played on the franchise tag in, his 5th year, and then we let him go.
And
it was an
honestly,
awesome
how
pick.
many of those guys do stay that long? I mean, with Zeke, he's probably the longest one right now, because even Ty Gurley. Think about it. Gurley
how
was
can
out
you
there
say
for a couple
Zeke's
years
a
and was
bad
gone.
pick? It was a great pick. The re-signing was maybe a bad decision.
Yeah, I would agree.
He got 1,600 yards from it as a rookie year. Yeah. It's a good pick.
Yeah, dude.
Najee Harris. We got his production last year, and probably some really good production for these next 2 or 3 years at least. Yeah. It's a good pick.
I would agree. I definitely would agree, man.
What do we got next?
A couple of supers, and after that, man, we're going to open up these phone lines. Sound good? Because it's about 10:30, so I guess about 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So, while you doing that, actually, let's get
where'd we leave off at?
It should have been Farron Bradford. No. Terrence, Mr. Good Credit Nixon.
Okay.
Because he was bringing up about Tyreek Cohen.
Yeah, he says if healthy, Tyreek Cohen thoughts. Yeah.
No,
if healthy, I think he could be a good compliment to Najee.
Absolutely be a good compliment, man.
Farron Bradford. It's reported he's trying to make an NFL comeback. He's talking about Geis.
Darius, yeah.
And then he also brings up his charges were ultimately dropped.
Okay.
So he should be clear of everything.
Well, yeah, that's new information. If the charges are dropped, then yeah, absolutely, that's a different conversation. Prior to that, we just didn't know the charges were dropped. And he said if the charges weren't dropped, I don't want to touch any of that. But if the charges are dropped, well, yeah, that makes it interesting. You could definitely look into that a little bit more, because Darius he was a good player coming out of LSU. He just, like I said, tore the ACL. That was a big issue for him. But Darius is definitely, he has the type of talent that you're looking for. And he would have low mileage since he hasn't really played in, 2, 3, because this would be his third year out, if I remember. This would be his third year, I think.
He was cooking in the preseason.
Yeah.
I remember that, because when he got injured, then they had to sign Peterson. And Peterson actually had a low-key pretty good year for Washington.
Yeah, but Darius can definitely ball. It was just what he was dealing with. You know what I mean? That's the type of stuff you just can't have. But if that's cleared up from a criminal perspective, then yeah, I mean, that's no different than the Deshaun Watson situation. Granted, I mean, the charges are different, but as long as they're cleared of the criminal element of it, it's a different conversation.
Young Papi Benito. Yeah, we just talked about this. Y'all hear about somebody calling Najee the worst first-round pick on their podcast.
Yeah, maybe they were still on Mars when they was talking about that. And I don't agree with those people at all.
Derek Nelson. That was about Honey Badger. LOL. And it helps having a wife who's also a Steeler fan. What was about Honey Badger? I'm going to go back to his last comment. Derek Nelson. Nah, I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I don't know either, bro.
Maybe he's high on the Honey Badger. I think we all are.
I like the Honey Badger, though.
Yeah. I think that's basically what he's saying.
That sounds good to me.
Okay, we're good. That's the last one.
All right, so it's time to get to the final portion of today's show before Deke has to, head out. We're going to open up these phone lines, player. And the way we've been doing it, we open these up to the upper room members because, that's one of the little perks for the upper row. They get a chance when we open these phone lines up to call in, get something off their chest, let us know what they want to talk about. Man, we like to do it. We've started doing it live. Actually, this is only our second time doing it live. Usually we pre-recorded, so that means don't get us in trouble today, okay? If y'all start talking crazy up here, we can't do it anymore, all right? So don't get us in trouble, okay? Okay. And Derek Nelson, like he said, we missed it. But anywho, so I am going to get everything set up real quick. All right.
What do you need from me? You good?
Oh, you're good. Yeah, I just need you to get your headphones on. Baby.
You want me to turn the volume on for the phone?
Please. Yes, please. Yeah, because what I'm about to do is go ahead and drop the phone number in the community section of the page for the upper room members. All right. Y'all get the number. Y'all call in and may the best man or woman win.
All right. I'll just read off a couple of these comments.
You do that. I'm going to turn off the do not disturb so that way it actually ring. You know what I'm saying?
Ready?
And then we will see who calls up.
Mitch Mania. Najee needs to Will Smith slap the dude who called him the worst pick.
Ooh, hey man, Will Smith got some stuff he dealing with now, man.
What happened?
Well, no, the Academy Award, man. They're looking into.
Oh my.
Yeah, don't oh my. That's assault, baby.
They're trying to take the award away from him.
They're looking into that, or potentially, suspending them from the Academy Awards going forward and stuff like that. I mean, it's just legit, bro.
You can't take the Best Actor award away from him, though.
Why can't you?
You could suspend him from the award. I just think he's still the best. It's like Reggie Bush losing the Heisman. Well, technically, he still won Best Oscar.
He won it, but technically he's not a Heisman Trophy winner anymore, though. That's all I'm saying, man.
I think you let him keep it.
I just think it's different when we laugh.
What do you do? Are you taking it away from it? What are you doing?
I mean, I think that they're going to do what they should do. I mean, however they want to punish him, cool. But
5-year suspension.
I just look at it like you open up a door. We talk about it, and it's cool because Chris Rock handled it the way that he handled it. But if Chris Rock handles it in a different way, the Academy Awards look like a fool show if they got these two dudes fighting on stage. Because, no, like in all seriousness, like we laugh about it, but if you're talking about sponsorships and money, you don't want to be associated with that. It makes it look janky. It makes it look bad. That's all. But to each his own. Just imagine, man, next time your group up there playing and a guy don't like the song, y'all say he come in there and smack the lead singer. All right, yeah. That's it. Okay, yeah.
I don't know if it's because that guy's not winning any awards though. Maybe you ban him from the bar. Like I said, if you give Will Smith a little suspension, I think that's fine. I think you just let him keep the award though.
I don't know. Let me make sure I got the thing going too, man.
Okay. Well, I'll just keep reading some of these comments.
Yeah, you read that off. Make sure I put the number up there, right?
Any thoughts on bringing back Emmanuel? That's not terrible.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Wow, that's just another
Trubisky
connection.
I would agree. But I said, oh man, I'm gonna call this number back because somebody definitely just called.
Someone called in.
Someone called him. Call him back. See what this is.
I'm not opposed to Emmanuel Sanders. I think he'd be the veteran type of receiver that I talked about.
They definitely called somebody back. We're going to see who that was then.
Maybe just a little lesser version than A.J. Green or Julio Jones.
Yeah.
But he can still play. I mean, we bring him in, he could get 600-700 yards. and then we can still draft the guy. That's the kind of formula I've been talking about.
That is what you've been talking about. No, absolutely. Hold on, man. Let me make sure I got the thing. All right.
Did that person just hang up on us?
No, they tried to call back while I just called them. I do not know. Well, let's see who it was now. I wasn't going to drop their number live. I don't know who it was. Let's call them back, though. See what they say. Yeah. Hopefully it's nobody crazy, right?
Yeah, call them back.
It's a 605 number, wherever that is. Let's see who picks up.
Hello?
Hello, who is this?
Derek Nelson.
What's good, bro?
What's good? How are you, man?
I'm going, man. Just working, you know.
All right. Appreciate you tuning in and everything, man. What you trying to get off your chest today, baby?
So the Honey Badger comment was Mike Tomlin needs to get on the phone and give him that we're trying to win a championship talk like he did Miles Jack.
Well, we also need Cam Hayward to give him a little love, too. I think he was the other person, right, that helped
Exactly,
out.
You know?
Yeah.
Maybe T.J. Watt, give him a little bit of a call or something, you know?
I'm down with that, man.
Minka, maybe, you know?
If you're making a pitch for him right now, how would you talk to him? What would you say to him?
Shit, I saw that, but I asked him how he's doing, you know? Break it all soft, you know, and then I'd be like, look, man, you know, we're trying to win a championship. You know, we need somebody right there next to Minka, you know. Bring Minka in on the phone, you know.
Okay.
Let them build a bond, you know.
I like it.
What would you be willing to pay him? We had this conversation a little bit.
What would you pay him? Yeah.
Oof. I don't know. I was kind of agreeing with that $12 million in the sandwich. maybe bump it up to like 13, you know.
13 and a weekly appearance on the show.
Know.
You got to give him an appearance on the show.
I think
that's the deal breaker, right? If you give him the appearance on the show, you can get it for 12.25. How about that? Give him a little crumbs on the side.
Maybe even 2 appearances on the show a week, you know. Come a little extra special for him to come play with Minka.
See, that sounds good to me, man. That sounds good to me. But anywho, we appreciate you hitting us up on the line, man. Appreciate you tuning into the show. All right.
All right, yeah, go.
My dog.
You the man, bro. Appreciate it.
All right. So, yeah, I figured out what I had wrong. I have my business hours. And, yeah, you can't call me before a certain time on this number. Okay. So that's what was going on. But, yo, we got another person calling in. Let's get it.
Let's hear it.
What's up? Who's getting it off their chest, baby?
What's good? It's Deke here.
Oh, all the way across the pond. How my man doing over there in London, baby?
Yes, sir.
Man,
we just relaxing, chilling after a long game.
Let's get it. So, man, how you feeling about the convo, man? You trying to talk this Honey Badger talk, man? What's your thoughts on him?
Yeah. So honestly, I'm more focused on our offense. I think our defense gonna get right. You know what I'm saying, with Coach Tomlin and Brian Flores. I feel like we're gonna do what we need to do, even if we bring back Edmonds. But you know, I feel like we should be running 2 tight end set, heavy run, play action like how the Patriots used to do to us with Gronk.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying? Get us a real nice tight end. You know, just mismatch with linebackers, and you know that's how we play. You know, that I don't think we should try to get another. Maybe we get another receiver and trade Claypool or Deontay, but I feel like we need 2 bona fide receivers, or maybe just 1, and really just focus on the tight ends.
Drafting a tight end, or would you want any of these guys in free agency?
Draft a tight end or bring one in.
Here's who's available. Jimmy Graham. Gronk is still available.
He is available.
Or are we just assuming he's going to Tampa? Ebron. Kyle Rudolph. Jared Cook. Jesse James.
Chicago again, man.
Your boy Lee Smith.
Okay, so...
any of those guys interest you?
I don't think... Kyle Rudolph does, definitely.
Okay, Kyle Rudolph. He probably costs the most, though, huh?
He's 32.
Oh, you think so?
I'm saying, of those guys, though, you think he probably costs more, though, right? Because Kyle's definitely a stat.
Gronk probably.
Gronk, yeah.
But he's going back to Tampa Bay.
Maybe Gronk.
I mean, I'd take Gronk.
The
combo of Gronk and Fryman.
Come on now.
There's no way he's not going back to Tampa, though.
Yeah.
There's no way he's not.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I'm thinking he's going back
you like any of those guys over Zach Gentry right now? Or even drafting? So you wouldn't feel comfortable with a 1-2 punch with Fryman?
I like what he's doing. with the blocking, but I do want a little bit more receiving, you know.
Okay.
But I would not mind having that. I would not mind.
I don't hate this concept. Jared Cook, maybe. Because he's a little more on the athletic side.
Absolutely, and he has good size, too.
I like Jared.
That might be the dude.
Yeah, he definitely has good size on him, man.
He hasn't signed anywhere, right? I mean, unless Spot Rack's wrong. Let me see what. Yeah, free agent still. So
Jared low-key would be. I like him a lot, dude.
Yeah, he's a little up there in age,
Yeah.
but I feel like he's been aging pretty good. He's been aging like
he's a good
fine
safety
wine.
net. And does he have a Pro Bowl under him? I think he has like
Couple.
one, right? Or his couple. Okay.
Yeah, last year, I mean, he put up over 500 yards, 564 yards, and that's all we'd be looking for.
Yeah, that's it. 'Cause
As
you
a
got
second
Pat.
Okay,
dude to
yeah.
Pat. As long as he can catch. I mean, that because,
He said as long as he can catch.
and I'm assuming he could block better than Ebron. That's really it, right?
That's what we set in the
'Cause
bar. at.
Ebron
Can you
would-
block better than Ebron?
Ebron could have been like a perfect 1-2 with Pat.
Nah, I'd agree, man.
He blocked and just maybe caught the ball a little bit more. Although
Yeah,
he went
just-
on
he
that
can-
3 or
he can
4 week
block.
stretch
He
where he
did.
didn't drop a ball.
And that's why I had to keep my mustache and my beard because of him, man. I remember that. Heck yeah. Nah, I like it then, man. I like it.
No, we appreciate the call.
Nah,
dude.
shout out to you, Zeke, man. How everything over there across the pond, though, man? Everything good for you?
Yeah, pretty good. I actually blew out my ankle Wednesday on the game. I was playing some football.
Sheesh. Well, now when you say football,
Yeah, it's
like American football or football?
American football.
Okay,
Yeah.
just checking. Nah,
I play for my school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah, because
dope.
he's in college out there, right? It's college, right? Yeah,
I
'cause
didn't know-
he's from Cali.
Yeah.
But he
I go to
goes to school
University of
in
East
London.
London.
I didn't know American
Yeah.
football was like ingrained in the culture like that. I guess it's popping then. Or
Yeah.
at least it's starting to. Like to actually have it at
Yeah, they're
schools?
trying. They're bringing out the NFL Academy out here and stuff, and they're really trying to, bring football more towards Europe and stuff, and really trying to bring the business out here.
That's
Nah,
dope.
that's dope,
dude.
man. Heck yeah, man. Well, shoot. Rest up that ankle, man. Hopefully recover well. And we always appreciate you tuning in, baby.
All right, appreciate you.
No
All right,
doubt.
man, bro.
Peace. All right. Let me open this line back up. Yeah, I totally forgot I had that thing set up like that. That made a lot of sense now. All right, we got time for one more call? Yeah. See who's going to be
One
the
more?
lucky number caller. Who's the lucky
One more
caller?
so I don't miss this flight.
Yeah. All right. The phone line's back open. I turned the do not disturb off. You know what I'm saying? Oh, here we go. Ya rang. Hello.
Moats.
What it do? Who we talking to, baby? Who we talking to?
Barilla 92.
Hey, what it do, Barilla 92? How we living today, man?
Good. They got the snitch cam on the boy, but I pulled over just to make the call.
Hey, that's the vet move right there. I like your style,
It's a
baby.
business call.
Hey. Well, first, how's work going, man? You ain't working too hard this morning, are you?
Good. They're keeping me busy, but I'd rather be too busy than not have enough work.
Hey, ain't that the truth, man? Ain't that the truth? But shoot, man, how you feeling about this, honey badger topic, man, or even this RB2 topic, man? What you thinking?
I think we can get a decent RB2 late in the draft. We don't need anything crazy. I want just somebody that's going to come in, spell out Najee, just wear him down, something like that. Honey Badger, I would like the Honey Badger, but honestly, I'm leaning more Edmonds. He's an Iron Man. He missed a couple plays out of his whole 4 years starting,
Seriously, the dude.
and they already
is
got that
available.
rapport.
No, he's crazy available, man, without a doubt.
He's been getting better every year. He gets a lot of hate, but he's been getting better every year.
Oh, we've said that every time. Yeah, we agree with you.
But I say we're pro Edmond on the show. I feel like we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, the chat's not.
It's just
You got to talk to people in the chat, man. Yeah, you got to put that on them. They're not Edmond supporters. We like Edmonds.
That's true.
It's just when you get the
Yeah, I
chance
like
at a honey
Edmonds.
badger, you can't pass it up, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's all well and good until you're about to make your playoff run, and then he's out, and we have no one behind them.
Oh, so he's calling the honey badger injury.
Whoa. I mean, could be a little bit legitimate.
Yeah, and obviously his contract's going to be a lot more than Edmonds.
Yeah.
How you feeling about any of the other positions? Quarterback, just general consensus or general thought on what the Steelers should do here between now and the draft?
Between now and the draft, we definitely got to get Edmonds or Honey Badger. That would shore that up.
Okay.
Wide receiver, I think we can handle that in the draft. I trust them drafting a receiver way more than a cornerback.
Facts.
But I like the overall direction.
it's going to be the feel of the team is we're going to have a really good defense, and I think we should get Linderbaum in the first and just let Najee do his thing. Think of like the early years of Ben. They didn't put it too much on Ben. He made the plays he had to make, but we had a sick running game and a nasty defense.
I'm with him. I mean, the only thing right now is safety.
Yeah.
In terms of position, because we, like he said, we could, as much as we don't have the RB2 right now solidified, we could just draft one.
We got options.
Right.
The 4th or 5th round, and they can compete between.
Yeah. And then in the draft, there's a lot of good defensive linemen because we still don't know what's going on with Tuitt. But, that's something else. They usually hit on those in the draft too.
Yeah.
And I think Loudermilk, I think he's going to make a good jump.
Watch out for Loudermilk.
I like Loudermilk,
Little
man.
sleeper pick.
No, I like Loudermilk. Loudermilk definitely played well down the stretch last year, man. He just had to continue to grow.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that would make a lot of sense, too. I
Right.
like that.
And Tuitt obviously helps coming back
Yeah.
for the defensive line.
Hey, now, Barilla, I do have to tell you this, man. They said in the chat that you the reason why our packages be showing up late because you pulling over and talking on the phone instead of like dropping the packages. I just want to let you know that's what the chat said. I didn't say that. The chat said that, okay? I don't have any packages coming today, so I'm good.
Hey, I got my 10:30s and my noons off already. All right,
Let's
nothing
go.
else due to 4:30.
Let's go.
I get it there.
Let's go. That's a professional right there. That's a professional man right there. I like to hear that, Barilla. But we always appreciate your support, man. Don't work too hard today, all right?
All right, appreciate you, Moats.
Hey.
Later, Deke.
All right, bro. Peace.
No doubt. Peace. No, that was dope, man. That was dope. I'm looking at the clock. You know what the clock says? It says that it's about time for us to get up out of here. So that way, my man Deke does not get us, or I don't get in trouble with Deke's folks, man. We don't need any of that issue around here, okay? We don't need any of that, man.
I'm the only one to blame. I still got a pack, though.
Yeah, he still got a pack. So, no, we definitely appreciate everybody, though, man. And like I said, we will definitely continue to do more of this now that we're back. Well, granted, next week we won't be back. We'll be back virtual just for the week, all right? But once that is over.
It should be good. Hopefully, it should be solid, right?
Oh, no, I'm just saying.
You should get some palm trees in the background for
I'm
me
saying
or
in the
something.
sense of the phone calls. That's what I was talking about.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, because we can't do that until we're back in person. That's all. But like I said, man, outside of next week, we will get back to doing some more of the, open the phone lines up so we can get a chance to talk directly to y'all and get your, takes as well, man, on some of these conversations we're having. But either way, hope y'all enjoyed today's show. Enjoy your weekend. Got the Final Four. Go Duke. I'm throwing it out there. You got a pick for the games this weekend?
Who's in it?
You got Duke versus UNC. You got Villanova versus Kansas. I'm going Duke and Kansas off top. Even I think Villanova's going to get it done. I'm going Duke and Kansas.
I think Kansas is the most neutral for me, so I'll go with them.
Okay. And how you feel about Duke UNC? Coach K last time going against UNC, baby.
I cannot believe. I still don't know if this is true. I really don't want to believe it. That's the first time they've played in the NCAA tournament.
I'm not sure. Probably, though.
There's just no way. I don't know if they were talking about specifically Final Four or NCAA
top-end
tournament.
teams and stuff like that. So, yeah, they
But that's
probably
insane.
never match up, yeah.
That's insane. How do I feel about that? Duke got the better team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and you could say Coach K is the better coach. So, yeah, you never know, though. Duke chokes. Duke chokes in the Final Four and NCAA tournament.
It's not choking in the Final Four. You realize that?
I know.
It's
Yeah,
what?
they've had a good run.
They choked in the Final Four. It's the Final Four.
Yeah,
It means it's a really good team, man.
A choke would have been if they lost in like the
Right.
Sweet 16 or something. Yeah, they've had a good run here.
For sure, then, for sure. So you rolling with Duke or you going UNC? I'm a Duke guy.
Oh,
okay?
between those two games?
I'm a Duke guy.
Or between that game?
Yeah.
I'll go UNC. Yeah, Duke's annoying,
I
dude.
can't believe you, bro. Get out of here. I just don't like you today, man.
Those are
How you
both
gonna throw
ACC
some-
rivals for Pitt, so like, I don't really want
so
either
you
of them.
so you just choose UNC like that? Why do you want to do that, man? Jeez
Underdog
Louise, man. Jeez Louise. But anywho, think we had everything. Think we are good. We are good. Don't see anything else.
No.
So with that being said, man, enjoy y'all weekend. Enjoy the games. Enjoy WrestleMania over the weekend as well for those wrestling fans out there. And until next time, baby.
Peace.